And you have one of the greatest guests today.
One of my favorites, one of the best comedians.
Yeah. And this guy, actually, he Richard Pryor was first comedian in this club. This guy, he's
going to be the last.
No, he idol Richard Pryor, I think. Am I right? Isn't your idol Richard Pryor? Everybody?
All right, let's bring him up.
You don't idol Richard Pryor? Come on.
Bill Burr, my man.
Yes.
Hello,
What's
Bill.
up, Dom? How are you?
Good to see you, my
like
friend.
asking a guitar player if he likes Hendrix. I mean, he's the man.
All right,
He's the man.
All right.
See how I do that? You just ask me a question, all of a sudden I make it uncomfortable.
You didn't make me uncomfortable.
Nobody brings.
I felt good.
Make sure you speak into the mic. Make sure you speak into the mic. There you go.
Why do you have to always pick on me? Anytime
Because it's my way of showing affection. I like you.
Because
Jesus
you and
Christ.
Dom, two of you.
How did
You'd
you
think
get
if this
in
guy had been around fucking comedians this
know.
long, he would realize what's going on here.
No.
This is my way of hugging you.
All right.
See, he's got a lot of love.
All right.
Bill, how did you get in this club? Were you already?
This is what I did. I was in 1995. Friends had just come on the air. It's a very exciting time. And
big time for all of us.
Yes. I was in Boston and I was deciding, do I go down to New York or do I come out to L.A.? So I came out to L.A. to check out the scene, and they had like an open mic here. And I stood outside.
Did you really?
I stood outside at a quarter to 9 in the morning. Got for a sign up at 6 p.m. and I was like third in line. Typical Irish Catholic guy, like, this is the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
It's the most difficult way possible. So I stood in the line, got sunburned, and then you'd come up and you had to do 3 minutes. And I don't know how sunburned. I couldn't do it now. I came up and somehow in 3 minutes I killed.
Really?
Because I think
You remember?
I had so little material.
I remember.
That was like, I'll do that chunk and this chunk and then that chunk and then I'll do my 3 minutes. Where now, that's like saying hello. So I
remember
destroyed.
your first material?
Yeah, some of it I remember. I remember I worked totally clean, and then in the end, was the only time I cursed, and it was actually gross. Because I was working in a dental office, and I was totally clean. I looked like, Ron Howard. So everyone's just like, dude, you're going to be on The Tonight Show. And I was talking about people, their bad hygiene in the dental office. And they would come in, and they go, I don't know why I keep getting cavities. I brush my teeth almost every day. And then my final punchline was like, really? Do you wipe your ass almost every time you take a shit?
This was the clean version?
No, this was the end of my act. So everyone just sitting there, oh, he's so wholesome. Because I worked clean, not because I didn't curse off stage. I worked clean because I was so afraid of getting heckled. I wanted people to like me, the beginning.
Sure.
So that's what I did. And then they were all like, oh, he's so wholesome. They're loving me. I look like they're paper boy. And then I would end with that, and they would always get this weird reaction.
What happened?
Yeah, and then I would go off. I'd get off stage. So I went on here and I did 3 minutes and I killed. And I'm like, this guy's going to want to manage me. And I went up there and he started picking apart my act. Jamie did, and I was literally holding onto the back legs of the chair. And right then I was like, fuck this guy, I'm moving to New York. You're the reason I moved to New York.
Really?
Dude, he sat there. He was such a pompous ass. He was going, he goes, you're very funny. You're very funny. You
come back in 2 years.
He goes,
I did not
you do a lot of material on your family. He goes, because I did some shit on my dad, and he goes, how does it make you feel when your father yells? And then he sat back and he had all his fingers touching each other. Like he had the answer to all my stand-up problems, but he was going to present it in the form of a riddle. And I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? Who is this guy? I'm going to New York. And I went to New York.
Oh, you
and
did
I never
not.
thought I'd like you, Jamie, and I love you. I love you to death now.
I did
That's
not
funny.
do that.
You totally did it. I'll never forget it. I was grabbing the back legs of the chair.
You were
just going like, this
Stop.
guy is a fucking jackass. I'm moving to New York. This is what L.A. is? I judged this whole town. I hated this town for 3 years because of that 2 minutes with you.
No. I
stood outside this club, got sunburned, and destroyed for 3 fucking minutes. You can't. It's impossible. I can never do it again.
Dom, I said to him how funny he was. I remember he went on the stage, he killed.
You're a dream crusher.
I didn't do it. I said you were funny, didn't I?
Huh?
Didn't I?
You said you're very funny.
Yes.
And then
I don't say
you
too many
started
people.
breaking me down.
No, I was saying that the material about your father.
Jamie,
how
if I
much you
stood
like-
there, if I sat there any longer, you would have had me walking the block. You were trying to break me down.
What a torture.
He would have told me to come up here. You only do jokes about being a leprechaun, and then we get you the leprechaun sitcom buddy. You had it down to a formula.
Imagine how many hearts he's broken. As good a guy as he is. Imagine
Hey, you know, when you're in a business where everyone's chasing a dream, it's inevitable. It's not
Yeah.
on him. Okay? And Mitzi Shore said
I was
something
trying
great.
to jump on when you
Oh,
were
pile on?
Pile on when you were.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what an asshole. How many fucking people have you destroyed?
Thanks, Bill.
I only one guy I have in here. He's been coming here 29 years
To audition?
to audition.
He's so close he can taste it.
He's been
Jesus.
coming. No, I don't know what.
Tenacity. If he could just
29
focus
years.
on something he was good at.
Baby, I'm due.
Yeah.
And he comes in and he have this laughing machine in his head, and he think everybody laughed and applause, and he just doesn't make sense, and you can't understand what he said. He's American. I mean, people, they have a hard time understanding me. This guy, you don't understand what word he says. And I said, can you pronunciate the word? At least people, they can hear what's pronounced. People, they can. I'm trying to explain.
No, it's just funny you telling somebody that you can't understand them. I'm trying to understand
why
you telling
can't
me
you
you can't
pronunciate?
understand this guy.
Okay, all right.
Pronunciate? Do you know there was a guy?
Pronunciate.
There was a guy who did the open mic down the street at the other club that I won't mention.
No, comedy show.
I
love
won't
comedy.
mention that story.
No, comedy show. I love Mitzi Shore.
Oh, okay.
Mitzi Shore. She
it
was
doesn't-
the person I started doing stand-up comedy there.
Oh,
You
you
should
did?
hear his
before-
fucking first bits.
No. I mean, I love her. She's one of the club owners.
Did you used to steal from Yakov Smirnoff?
No,
What a
Yakov.
country.
Did you go? What a nation!
You know what really fucked up his career? You know what fucked up Yakov's career is perestroika. And then the Russians were basically the same as the U.S. in
That's
economy.
right.
So then he had nothing to...
What a country.
What a country. Boy, it's just like Russia now.
Yeah.
There was no...
Oh wow!
You know what I mean?
He couldn't talk about how, but it's not like it just became a free society. It became
But
really
basically,
corrupt.
even though it was corrupt, it was basically some form of capitalism. So it ruined his whole act.
In America, you can't buy plutonium.
Yeah, right.
In America, they're still sitting by the missiles. What a country! You could switch it up, but people would have to read more to get it. Dude,
Oh God.
no, all right, let's go ahead. 'Cause I
No,
was
but
gonna shit on-
actually, for your information, the time the strike went on in a comedy store, after the Steve Lapkin fell down from a Hyatt house, he died. I came.
What
in
year
here-
was that, 78?
79.
'Cause I hadn't started-
opened the club because of paying the comedian. Because everybody wasn't. They were on the strike. That was the reason I opened the club, because I went to Neil Israel. I borrowed money from Neil Israel. I said I want to pay the comedian. He said, "How do
Neil
you-"
Israel?
Yeah. He's a producer.
Irish?
Is that
director. He's
is that a real
producer.
name?
No, he's a producer and
And then I went
director.
to Kenny, Kentucky, and he says, "Listen, you're paying 2 points to Neil Israel." Is this a real story?
Yeah, the guy, he produced a lot of movies, Bachelor Party, you a lot of Police Academy, all of those.
I saw all those movies.
Yes, he produced all of. I went and borrowed money, 10,000. He said, "How you going?" I said, "I'm going to take half of the door, give it to comedians, and that's because of people. People die. That's the reason."
Bullshit. Excuse me.
Yeah. I'm going to start a business and give away the money.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm
No,
sick of these.
split it with
I'm sick of
whoever
these.
comes up.
I'm sick of these depressed dishwashers. I'm going to start a restaurant where the dishwashers get 40% of every grilled cheese sandwich that's sold.
I'm telling you the history in here. And Richard and Paul Mooney came in here, and I tried to pay Richard, you know the story, $3.75, and he gave me a $100 bill. I still have it. He wrote, "You need this for your rent boy, Richard Pryor, 1979.
Called you boy?
Yeah, boy, call me boy. Yeah.
A black man called you boy?
Oh, don't
Say
do that,
Jew boy?
Please. Oh,
What?
and here he started. No, don't get on my case now. Okay, you guys go ahead, talk, man.
You go ahead. What do you want to talk about, Bill?
I want to talk about this story where Richard Pryor called you boy.
Who the fuck does he
Yeah,
think
that's
he
really
is?
like sort of racist.
No, it wasn't racist. He just
Wait, did he say Jew boy or he just said boy?
I heard Jew boy in there.
Yeah.
No.
No, you didn't say it, but you saw it in his eyes that
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
said. It was
No.
definitely said.
And I didn't.
Anti-Semitic.
and
There's a
I-
pain.
At that point, I did not know in America they make $100 bill. And I went to him, I said, Richard, you think you know, I'm a foreigner, I don't know. I know in America they make $1, $5, $10, $20. They don't make $100. And he got so upset. You motherfucker, this. Get away from me. And then Paulie came to me. He said, no, this guy. Then I came next door. I found out that $100 was real. Then I went to him, apologize. He said, we got to look at it for this boy.
Why would you think they wouldn't make a $100 bill?
Because I didn't
like
know.
what? Well, what if you went to go buy like something
Because
that cost a whole bunch of money and you were
I
going to
was-
pay cash? Or you going to be 5, 10, 15? Did they have $100 bills in your country? They do, don't they?
No, I'd never had that much.
They had shekels, right?
Yeah, shekels.
I'm not buying a word of this. What's up with you?
You know,
Just don't buy a word of that. How do you not know? I've never been to Vietnam. I bet they have $100 whatever their denomination
you know,
is.
You're dumb and innocent at that point, and that's how he helped me.
Were you underage then?
Yeah,
How old were you?
16.
Oh, well, that makes sense then. All right.
Stupid.
I remember when I was 16, I was dumb and innocent.
Yeah, right.
That led to a lot of weird situations.
You still
You're
dumb
still an
and
altar
innocent.
boy at 16.
I was an altar boy.
I was too.
I was, yeah. No, nothing happened.
Principiat Dominus Sacrificium de manibus tuis. Do you remember that? Did you have to speak in Latin?
No, I didn't. But the guy would do the homily, and then he'd start pontificating, and then he'd start asking us questions, and we had no idea what he was saying. And then everyone would laugh at us because we didn't know what he was talking about.
The altar boys?
Yeah. No, not the crowd.
Oh, the crowd.
The crowd would be laughing at the altar boys.
Yeah, I have a friend who's pretty funny, and he's a priest, but he dies at the pulpit. You can't make them laugh because they just don't want to.
Oh, is
It's
that
like
what it is?
it's like the Woody Allen thing of just dying precisely.
You know, I did a college gig one time, and the place where they had me performing was an old church, and they took out the part where the guy stands there with his arms out like he knows God or something, right? Yeah, and I was standing up there, and I did something about Jesus, and it was like Nebraska or something. Like 3 kids just got up and like fast walked out of there. Remember like those college gigs? You're like, all right, I'm going to get a complaint
Right.
from my agency. And that's the end of that mediocre story.
They didn't complain?
No, they did. They did. When I started doing it, I used to go, I was with Bass Schuler, and I used to call Scott up and just to let you know, come Monday morning, you're going to get a complaint. There was a lot of brows furrowed.
Can I ask you a question? Both of you being altar boy, did that sexual stuff, anything happen to you guys? This is serious for me to find out.
It was all consensual with me. What about you?
I considered it partying.
Yeah.
Partying with a... No, it never happened to me.
Yeah, nothing happened to me
No,
either.
but did you
I
know?
wasn't hot enough.
Did you know anybody happen? Any of
Yeah.
another guys happen to?
Yeah, we had a priest at camp that used to molest the kids when they went to sleep. But me, being the man that I was afraid of the dark. So I would sleep with a flashlight under my covers. So I don't think he ever touched me. You don't want to
You
go
had
over
your genitalia well lit.
just in case.
You had like 2 flashlights crossing right over your junk, like a movie premiere. Oh man, they should just kill child molesters. Once they know, without a doubt, you did it, they should just take you
Yeah,
out,
they
just
should
shoot you
kill
in the
them.
head. That's it. You just fucked that person's life
For life.
forever. And
I
who they're
agree.
going to marry, how they're going to treat their kids. I've talked about this before. I mean, they should just kill them.
They should just kill him.
Kill them.
No capital punishment. It takes too long. Just kill him.
Yeah.
Have their uncles come in and beat the fuck out of them.
Foreman, have you reached a verdict? Yes, we have, Your Honor. They find the defendant guilty, and then that's it. And you just grab him by the scruff of his neck. You take him out, right? Bang,
What about
bang.
due process.
Done. You had due process.
Yeah, no, there was a guy on. Remember the guy who ran in the office? He took the bailiff's gun, and he shot the judge, the bailiff, and a witness.
Oh, that was
And
in
they
Georgia,
called-
yeah.
In Georgia, yeah.
Yeah.
And they called him the alleged killer. How much more of a fucking killer do you have to be? Alleged? They just killed somebody on national television. Gee, I wonder who did it.
That's a healthy sign of a democracy, though. But now they can just arrest you because they think you're a terrorist, and they can throw you away forever without a trial. That's always good.
Yeah, that trial must be funny in Guantanamo.
Yeah.
Imagine those fucking guys if they had been tortured. Like, not that they weren't of ill temper anyway before they went in. Can you imagine how?
There's no way I could survive. I would kill myself in my cell. I would figure out how to do it. Just hold my breath. I'd override that thing that makes you breathe.
I don't think you can just hold your breath.
You can't, but I mean, I would be so scared that I would be able to. I would get right to the point where I couldn't breathe anymore, and right as I went to gasp for air, I would just slam my head into the side of the cell.
I always think about guys who.
Then they bring you around. Come on, wake up, so you can make you hurt more. That's just fucking horrific.
How horrible is it, like the guys who try and commit suicide and just wake up paralyzed?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember
What's
hearing
that?
a story. That's probably an urban myth, but the guy went to put the gun right under his, right up. What part? It was under your jaw here to shoot right up through your head. But he leaned back like this, so he just blew out his nose and his mouth.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What happened? He lived?
Yeah, he did.
You remember?
He did. And then they probably gave him counseling, and he's probably like, "Look, if I try to kill myself with a whole face, the fuck makes me gonna stick around now?" I'm definitely doing it now. That was a visual, and I still think that was funny on the podcast.
Do you remember that
We're
comedian?
on camera, you know.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I would have sat up.
Yes, set up.
Let me do this. Yeah, I'm sitting here like Nixon during those debates.
Good reference.
Thank you.
Way to keep it.
I'm trying to go further back than Andy Kindler.
That Nero, what an emperor Nero was, huh?
Let me
With
tell you
that
something.
fiddle.
Adelaide Stevenson.
Now there's a guy.
There's a
What
guy right
Republican.
there. Jesus Christ! What can he touch his eyebrows more?
Hey, you know, he
Come
would
on,
have been
people.
president if he hadn't cheated on his wife. He was divorced.
Oh, that was.
That's what they said about him. Yeah, that he would have been president.
If he wasn't divorced.
Yeah. I
That's
think he had an
hilarious.
affair and got divorced, but I digress.
That shows how much.
Let's get back to Bill Burr and his career.
Who's now sitting here with his legs crossed. This is the inside the actor's studio pose for those in the
What
camera.
makes you tick, Bill Burr?
What makes you tick? What is it? Have you always been funny, Dom?
No, I decided to be funny when my dream of being an accountant came crashing down. I thought, what else am I going to do with my life? Maybe I'll try something easy, being funny. Do you know that
This
there
is
are
an
less
easy, it is an
comedians-
easy job. Once you figure out how to do it, once you get the formula
It's very
down.
easy. Yeah, it's just, I mean, to me, once I get my shoes back on after the TSA motherfuckers, then I'm happy.
It's over.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember the last time I actually truly thought about any of my jokes. I mean, I've been an autopilot for years. You know what I
Really?
mean? I just,
Well, you write a lot.
What's the deal? You
What's
throw
the
you
deal?
throw
What's
one of
up
those
with
in
that?
there, huh? This guy knows what I'm talking about, right?
Guys, by a show of hands. Ladies, back me up.
Come on, this guy's done this. This guy's done this. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, he knows me.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I know what you guys are thinking.
So that's basically your act?
David Caruso, fuck Ron Howard. Give it up for your wait staff, everybody. They're working hard and support the troops. And that little baby in the well, man, that's just great. Isn't it great that they got her out?
The Chilean miners, they're all out. They're all safe. Come on, folks.
Yeah. Then I do with my side effect joke. I had an epic side effect joke. Fucking diarrhea. I had the whole thing, man. It was like a fucking. I had everything but a symphony playing. You know, like when a band just doesn't know how to fucking play their hit for the 9 millionth time, they hire an entire fucking symphony.
Yeah, right.
And then they come out with their long hair and a ponytail as if to say that they're an artist, right? It's like, no, you're just singing your same stupid fucking song again.
Oh.
You just have everybody in tuxedos. I recognize what this is.
I hate when they put the mic out for the crowd to sing. It's like, wait a second, I paid $40. I sat in fucking line. You sing. I don't want to hear me sing.
Yeah.
I already heard me sing. That's why I'm here. You know.
Oh, it's always on the high parts, too.
Yeah.
So you go home hoarse. And he goes home, he's fine, right? I take care of my voice. And the home of the... Jamie, weren't you inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Weren't you? What did you play back in your country? You played like a mule with some tin pans?
No,
The
camel.
lute.
Camel.
So what
You
did
see
you play?
this how addicting this is? On a show, he has to look up.
No, I'm shutting it off.
Oh.
I'm shutting it off because it kept buzzing in my pants.
That's very
It was
nice.
weird.
That's very nice.
I think there's an insult coming. You're thinking. You just kept going, that's very nice. That's very nice. That's very nice. And in your head, you're going, this fucking cocksucker. This fucking cocksucker. This fucking cocksucker.
I was
How come you have more of a royalty chair than I do? I don't like this shit. You guys have these, I feel like I'm at your tribunal here.
You are. No, but you two talking about comedy, how easy it is, how you guys doing it, and now I bet you as soon as
It's
they
easy
hear-
when you kill.
Oh yeah,
yeah, but
absolutely.
you guys do, and everybody,
Jamie, you
they
just give them
listen.
what they want. You just give them what they want.
Hand it to them,
but
Jamie.
everybody think they're gonna do it. They can do it. Everybody going out there, they think they can do it, and that's the problem.
When you get people that say they killed that you saw bomb, that's got to be. How do you deal with that? Like upstairs when you're.
I mean, I just say you still have your daytime job, don't you? That's all I said to them.
He's doing stock lines to them.
Oh,
Well, I don't come down to your place.
don't quit your day job. Seriously, I'm not even joking. This is not cliched on any level. I'm
not a stock
literally telling you to not quit your day job because that
Ask
was
for more hours.
That was terrible, buddy. You know, I was trying to wonder why we weren't doing this thing upstairs. It's because of the Laugh Factory logo, just in case people forget where we're at. Jesus, why don't you
because
just
the
have me
camera-
wear
the
a
camera-
Laugh Factory fucking jacket?
Oh, do you want a jacket?
Huh? Yeah, I'll wear one. I bet it's one of those awful varsity ones, too, like we're going to a sock hop.
Here we
Whenever
go,
they
Billy.
do those jackets,
Oh,
they always
Billy.
make those. Like, people still wear them. Huh? Like, we're going to go tinker on a
like
hot
they're
rod.
in Greece.
Huh? Add another carburetor to your fucking
Why
Mercury
don't you
Tracer.
talk to the host? I'm nobody, you're picking on the wrong person.
I don't like
You
your bootleg Air Jordans. What do you think about that? Are those made out of velour? Look at those fucking things.
These are
Those are
these
Bob Lanier's.
These are one of the comedian gave me a present.
Huh?
Excuse
I don't know
me.
about that Bob Lanier
He gave
reference,
what?
Bill.
Oh, I don't either. It was terrible. These are
Jeremy
more
Hotz.
Bob Lanier. These are Bob Cousy. This is back when the NBA was white, and more
Coos.
pure.
Oh,
Pure, a lot more passing.
Oh,
Huh? Whatever happened to the
Jesus.
diaper shot?
oh,
Huh?
jeez.
Goddamn people of color.
Oh.
Huh? What? Why would you do that? Then you do that, and then you make it sound like I'm serious. You know what's funny? You didn't really disagree with anything I just said. You just made a bunch of noises just to cover your own ass.
From
You know?
lawsuits.
All he's thinking, oh, God, he's saying this under the logo. Oh, Jesus.
That's right. Michael Richards said that. You remember?
Oh, this is the place, right?
Yeah, right here.
The ghost of that set
Yeah.
is still here.
Now you're going to be on TMZ. You said it.
I don't like how you acting like this podcast is that big, that's even on their fucking radar. Where else am I going to be on, Jamie? Am I going to be on the Golden Globes as we're sitting here?
Excuse me.
The camera 9 miles away with no makeup on?
We could get it to TMZ.
You know,
very
some people
fast.
can't hear the laughs. He can't hear the lulls.
All right,
Jamie.
all right, buddy. All right, keep doing it. Keep busting my balls.
I'm not busting your balls. I'm verbally hugging you the way I know how.
He's been in a lot of pain.
What's wrong? What's wrong with you?
I mean, what's wrong?
Tell the truth. Tell him the truth. What's wrong on? He's a judge. Oh, by the way, we're doing it at the Supreme Court.
Stop
of Comedy.
touching me.
Are you going? You said don't touch me.
I said, stop touching me.
I won't touch you.
You know what it is?
anymore.
There's something about your hand. It's the perfect temperature. It's oddly comforting. And it's kind of freaking me out.
I won't touch you no more.
Now,
Now,
a little bit bloated on it.
let me ask you. He's doing the Supreme Court of Comedy in October. Are you going to do one of the show?
He's doing what? The Supreme
I'll
Court
tell you,
of
I'll
Comedy.
translate it
Isn't
into
that weird
English.
when you can't hear it, but then you just think about it, and then you're like, oh,
Yeah,
Supreme
the
Court of
process.
Comedy. What is the Supreme Court of Comedy?
You never saw it?
No.
How was he not on the show?
Oh, we called him. He couldn't do it. He was busy.
Bullshit.
3
Stop
years.
covering your tracks. I never even heard of it.
No, 3 years we called
For
you.
3 years, I was booked.
No, we called excuse me, your management and your agent. They
You're
said
so
no, he
lazy you
couldn't
can't
do it.
quote with 2 hands?
You
Oh,
were-
and then they said I
No,
couldn't do it.
no,
It must
yeah.
have been a terrible show if they wouldn't even bring me the offer.
Excuse
we
me,
had
excuse
good-
me. It was,
We
yeah.
had Tosh and Russell Peters.
I would have done it.
Well,
Yeah.
do it next time.
Next time. Okay, now he said he's going to do it. You would do it next time?
See, look at him. Look at him. Just like I just said I was going to do it. all right?
Okay,
Look,
that's
you're
all I
trying
want to know.
nail
I
it
want to
down,
make
huh?
sure show
You're
you
gonna take
do
out
it.
your briefcase now and have me sign something?
Absolutely. You guys, you're witness. He said he's going to do it. You heard him. He's going to do it, guys. You know, everybody said he's going to do it. So, okay, you're going to do the show.
Why don't you say it one more time?
He is going to do the show.
This is why once he gets a date with a woman, he never gets to go on. You said you're going to do it. You said we're going out to dinner. You're going to do it. You hear that, everybody? I got it on film under the Laugh Factory logo. You know, it'd be funny if this was all just bullshit. Like you're not even filming it. Like it was just to get me to do the show.
Right.
Listen, buddy. We get him under the lights.
Not only-
He feels like he's in show. But he does not
And
want
he
to
doesn't have
disappoint
no
the fans.
choice.
We don't have the show back. We just wanted to talk to you this afternoon. We're lonely. We're sitting up here lonely. Jamie's perch.
No, I got to tell you, one time I was in a Bob and what's the name of the radio DJs?
Lanier.
No, not Bob.
Bob and Tom.
Nobody's ever made
No,
two
the one
Bob
in the-
Lanier references.
in-
Bob and Saget.
The one in New York, they cable with it. They are the same time Howard Stern on.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
We were in Opie and Anthony with him.
That's the show
and
we were
he-
talking about before.
And I what?
And you were really nice to
I was
defend
gonna say.
defending.
Oh, I could have
Dane.
buried you.
Yes, you
I
did.
could have buried
Yeah, you were very
I had
nice.
fucking
I never forget
information
it.
on you. I could have fucking buried you. I'll tell you off camera.
No,
No,
him.
tell him on the camera.
I can't.
Really?
I can't. It's one of those stories where I just can't. I can't do it on camera.
Oh,
So I don't want to cause static. I'll sit there and make fun of him
What was
and
it?
shit of myself.
What was it about? Certain comedians?
yeah.
Oh, what is this? $10,000 pyramid?
It is actually.
Yeah.
We'll be right back, Johnny.
It was Joe Rogan on it. He was on it, but he was really, really one of
Honest.
Yeah, honest, and it was really.
And he was saying everything
Yeah.
that was happening, and he was denying it. And I had information where I could have piled on and supported Joe. But you know what I mean. I mean,
Oh,
just
Joe-
watching
yeah, yeah.
watching Joe just fucking go at. What do you weigh? Even with the coat, what do you weigh? $130,
You and
know?
135.
135.
You and
Holding
Joe-
the mic, maybe 136.
You
It
and
just-
Rogan were going at it. I think I heard about this.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were going on it because they were saying about somebody stealing somebody else. I said it's not somebody stealing jokes from it, but he came to rescue me.
I could have buried him.
You came to
I could have buried him because he
It's never too late.
completely contradicted himself.
Why? What did I say?
You're an idiot. You can just make me say it. Laugh-a-palooza. You contradicted yourself.
Okay.
Everybody, there was all the black comics there, and they were asking, "Can we be at the Laugh Factory?
Okay.
Would you book us other than on Black Guy Night? Can we actually just fucking be treated like a regular comedian?" You said everybody is welcome at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, but they got
except
our-
for so and so because he stole too many jokes.
Who was that? Carlos?
No,
Dane?
no,
No. You were there and I said that?
you fucking said it. Would you? You're such a bad liar.
Maybe I
He's
don't
a- he's a habitual
I'm
liar.
blanking on
Stop it. Stop it. I've known you too long for you to treat me like this.
Now you're insulting the guest.
Now you're
Yeah,
insulting me.
It's so hard to get him on the fucking show.
You know?
And now he's going to
In
walk.
my writer, I said I
You're
definitely
right.
I have to have the same size chair as the host.
It's not too much to ask.
and I sat here. I swallowed my fucking pride and came up here to sit in this
He's
chair
too
that's
big for that
clearly
chair.
smaller.
Excuse me, that chair is leather.
Oh, why didn't you say that?
You know,
in the
you
first
said that
one?
with such confidence that actually sounded like,
Oh, whoa.
excuse me. That chair is leather, and I was waiting for it, and it was designed by, it was just that chair is leather.
Oh, that ends that argument.
There you go. Shit, shut my mouth.
Okay. Anything else?
I was trying to keep my mouth shut, and you fucking opened that can of
No,
worms.
but that was
Came over here with your fancy
No,
basketball
but
shoes
that
on.
that was true what I said about Carlos. Now we were talking about somebody else. The time Joe was talking about Carlos, yes, I said that on live.
Yeah, and the thing was, I didn't know shit about it because I was still living on the East Coast, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
No,
I'm
no.
trying to get off this subject.
No, the time we talked about, the time we were talking
Is this going to be
about.
one of these controversial podcasts? You know what it's like? It's like we're in a precinct right now, and they think you have drugs, and I'm vouching for you, saying you don't have fucking drugs, and now you're saying what pocket it's in. What's wrong with you? You just want to have controversy.
You see how he does analogies instead of jokes?
I'm picking on my
Look, I'm not
shoes.
burning any of my material on this, all right?
I don't blame you.
Couple of jokes, couple of material. Picking
Bill,
on my
do 10 of
shoes.
your minutes, will you, for us?
Okay, I'll do 10 of my minutes, but like the next time I uncross and cross my legs again, you have to wrap it up because I
Okay.
just can't keep doing that.
What do we got,
Fidgeting.
40?
Fidgeting on camera. No, I'm joking. I'll keep going. What else am I going to do? Walk out in the sun?
No.
Stand in
Shuffle-
line,
shuffle
wait
on.
for open
I
micers.
can't believe you were an open micer here. That's a great story.
Tonight is
Yeah.
the open micers.
I went there, and this guy
What's-
gave me such bad advice and came off like such a lunatic. This is from the heart, too. I mean every word of this. That I was literally holding on to I was sitting there like this. Remember, I was holding on to the back of the chair, just like, I have to get the fuck out of here.
No,
I was that level of sunburn where you start getting cold. You know, getting teeth are chattering.
I remember exactly what you said. You said,
"No,
said
you
how
don't.
funny
you would have brought it up 20 minutes ago when I first told the story. Now you're making up shit."
No, but
Go ahead. Let's hear your lie.
Okay, didn't you talk about Bob Marley?
No.
You said, "I know Bob Marley."
You know, I might have. I don't recall. Okay.
You told the truth for
Here
a
we go.
change.
Here we go. And
It's the truth slipped
and
out.
do you remember all the shit you said, or you just remember the shit I say?
No, I remember what I said. I said, you were great, you're funny, you talk about your dad, you talk about your family, is it some kind of like a sitcom in it? I remember all of that stuff I said to you. And you were standing there, and you said, by the way...
You just added that. You know you did. You sat there and you started breaking down my act. You need to talk about your father more. I got a bunch of stuff talking about my father, talking about my mother. No, your father. How does it make you feel when your father yells? When you did that, and I was just like, what is this? Who is this?
Yeah, but
why is it so well lit in here? I'm going to New York. Wasn't a bad thing. It made me a great, much better comedian.
You see?
You almost said it made me a great comic.
I know, and then you were going to shit on me. See that?
No,
I'm
I
always
wasn't gonna
defensive.
shit.
I'm always defensive.
I got to keep you in line.
Thank you for being out there to
Bill,
say.
I used to do this character, so much fun, before like there was even a chance anybody recognized me. It was called Razor, and he was an open micer, and part of the intro was, please be nice to him. He's been auditioning since the club opened. He's a friend of the owner, Razor. And I'd come up and make observations that went nowhere, or like just do stupid. I would go, and I appreciate you guys being here. I said I was really funny at my cousin's christening, and they decided, I should do stand up. And like, what's up with turtles? I mean, they're so slow. It's like, come on, pick up the pace. Am I right? Like nothing, like just nothing. Joke, and they were laughing at me.
Yeah, that's like a skill though to be able to bomb that bad.
Oh, I was bombing so bad
but like to bomb. Like to the point
but
of
they were
like,
laughing.
Yeah, but
they were mocking
do you think that you could go on stage on purpose and bomb where not even your bomb is funny? Like you're just fucking like I saw somebody.
I think it's impossible for me not to be somewhat funny.
Oh, that's right. Why would I ask that? Why would I ask that about?
I'm just saying. You ask me. I'm
amazing.
telling you, it's a gift. You share that gift.
Effortless. Like when
Seamless.
I think Dom Irrera, it's effortlessly funny.
It's God coming through me.
You're
I'm a tabernacle.
You're an open channel.
I am.
You don't even think. You just let it pass.
I
right
let it
through
flow.
You. Yeah, you do.
Imagine the joy we bring to people, and then you fucking depress people every week.
But I'm changing the name
That's
of the
what
comedian.
It is. Potential joy bringers. You stomp on them in their dreams.
Crush their hope.
Crush their dreams.
That's the reason I'm changing the name of the comedian now.
No, that's why you feed the homeless every Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Because you're so nervous about all the hearts you've crushed. You'd figured half of those people stood in line. Half of them stood in line. And you crushed their dream, and they were so depressed that they couldn't go to work, and they became homeless. And then what do? Here's some fucking turkey jackass. You think that's getting you into heaven? Huh?
No, I'm hoping I'll
Jamie
go in.
Israel.
Neil Israel. What kind of name
Neil
is that?
Israel. Ken, Kentucky. I like that alliteration.
Go ahead.
Did you ever think of changing your name?
Neil Israel.
Yeah. Jamie Masada. What nationality are you?
That's not really his name.
No, what's your last name?
Masada.
Masada's not your name. That's the name of a mountain in Israel, isn't it?
No, but is
Misogynistic.
Misogynist.
It was short for misogynistic. And he changed it when he came here. He said so much horrible shit about women in his country where they didn't even have any rights. That's how much of an asshole
he
he
only
was.
likes
That
it.
they kicked him out. And then he just shortened it to Jamie Masada.
Is that really your name? Jamie, is that really your name? Masada?
Yeah, the last name is the real my name. Yeah. Chaim.
Chaim?
Chaim.
That's your first name?
What does it mean anything? Anything like isn't everything over there about
Isn't that
religion?
to life?
Chaim is to life. Yeah, L'chaim.
To life,
To life,
L'chaim.
Yeah, to L'chaim.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking Hebrew at this point, where's this going?
Hey, your podcast was great for me, man. I got so much great feedback. Thank you.
Oh yeah. And if you noticed, you sat in a nicer chair than I did. I'm just saying. I gave you that nice
Cool,
cushy,
you can have
cushy,
the chair. You can take it
a
home
nice
with you if
cushy
you want.
white one that I got at IKEA.
Thanks for dinner, by the way.
You know?
Would have been great had you invited me.
By the way,
No,
if
you already ate.
I know,
You
but
said
I
you
mean,
already ate. Then we gave you like 3 glasses of wine. Then you got
that I-
belligerent, started
that I
yelling at my
bought.
dog.
I bought
you don't
the
remember
wine.
that?
Yeah, I went into that.
Oh, that's right. You did bring the wine. He brought the wine. We didn't give him shit.
Can we get you something now? We don't want you to feel bad. Beer or anything.
He doesn't
water.
drink anymore. You don't drink anymore, do you?
No, I drink.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been drinking pretty good lately.
What do you want to drink?
I'm fine with the water now that the cameras are on. It's the afternoon, dude. It's fucking 3:20 in the
I
afternoon.
know. You know, I realized how much I drink. I was interviewing Sebastian. You know Sebastian?
Yeah.
And I said, "What, don't you drink anymore?" He goes, "I do, but it's Tuesday." And I forget that I drink every night.
That's
So
right.
it doesn't matter to me. It's like all one big blur. You know? I was in Boston this weekend, by the way.
Oh, forget it.
The guys said hi. Lenny Clark and them. They're just a fucking great crew.
Oh, yeah. Lenny Clark.
Kenny Rogerson came in to see me. Tony V was there. It was nice, you know.
Oh, yeah, those guys, yeah.
Well, you
Those
saw a
guys are
lot of
great
them
guys.
that night we did the Dennis Leary thing.
Yep. I love doing comics from home, seeing all those guys. Tony V. Tony V was on one of the best shows I've seen in the last 10 years. He was on Showtime called The Brotherhood. It was basically about the Bulger brothers, but they moved that dynamic down to...
Whitey Bulger?
Yeah, they moved it down to Rhode Island. So they, I don't know, wouldn't get any trouble. I don't know what the fucking deal was, but he was on it. Kevin Chapman was on it. Was a comic I started out with, and I fucking loved that show. And it was 2 seasons, and it was one of those things like I don't know.
never saw it.
They,
I
they
wish
couldn't
I'd-
get an audience. And dude, the ending of the second season, like one of them's in politics, the other one's a gangster, and the way they get it, like the direction they would take in the show, you're like, fuck, I can't wait for the 3rd season, and they never brought it back. It's awful.
Yeah, I heard he was a good actor.
Tony V's a great actor. Kevin Chapman is a phenomenal actor. Freddie Cork was the name of his character. I forget Tony V's, but I was a huge fan of that show.
You started out there, right, in Boston?
Yes, I did.
At Nick's?
Nick's Comedy Stop.
Wow.
Did it Monday night, March 2nd, 1992. 20 years in.
Wow, the memories of that place. Nick's, hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah.
year you started it, though?
I started in 1980.
1980.
And
1979.
What year did you get kicked out of your country?
77.
how did you get in the United
77.
States, Jamie?
I came to the United States to be, this guy saw my dad.
No,
he
but
said,
how did you get to live here?
to live in here?
Are
Were you like a stowaway?
No, I got in here 77. I remember I went to the store. I was, I got the job there and worked in the store with Mitzi. And the strike came in. That's where I opened the club.
Man, when I saw that strike, and then the kid, I hadn't started doing stand-up yet, and the kid who jumped off the Hyatt,
Yeah.
imagine this
Steve
logic,
Lep.
trying to hit the Comedy Store, he'll show
Yeah.
them, right? Fucking
Yeah, but I think he was...
yeah.
he was
Oh,
mentally-
yeah. I read that book. There was a book about it.
Oh, that was brutal. That book was
Yeah.
brutal.
But I thought, because I was in an
I'm
improv
dying
group.
up here.
That's
The
what it was
name
called,
of the
yeah.
book,
I was in an improv group at the time, and they said, look at this place, the Comedy Store, because they knew I wanted to start doing stand-up. And I go, man, fucking stand-up's a tough gig.
Yeah.
People are killing themselves. It's their own strike. Holy shit.
I know.
No, but
Hey,
he,
do you have like do you have any sort of vendetta against anyone back in your home country that you have to go back and like stab them, like De Niro in Godfather 2? Come up, whisper, and just fucking go right across.
no, I should have somebody.
Yeah, there should be somebody back there.
Well,
There's always somebody in your
but
country you
yeah,
want to
but
kill.
I
right?
knew the only person I never talked about it. I never even told Dom about it. The only person I have a little bit vendetta about, it was a rabbi. Because
Rabbi, priest, and an Irishman?
No. It was because I had a dyslexia, and I had to read Torah to become a bar mitzvah, and the rabbi, I couldn't remember the Torah, and I couldn't read it right way, and they thought I was retard. He told my dad, your son is retard, and I was so heartbreaking. I didn't know what to do.
Well, you
How
got to
did-
go back and tie up that loose end.
Yeah.
What do you do? Well, you gonna make
You
him
take
feel
a big
guilty?
wad of American dollars and go, "Hey man, who's retarded now? You fag!" And you throw it in his face, and you go back on the ship. You stow away with the elephants, and you
ship.
come back here.
The ship back to
Yeah,
the U.S.
ship back to Ellis Island.
Yeah, there's so many ships from
Then they make a
Israel.
movie about it, right? And then somebody wins the Academy Award. And then when they go up there, they thank you the way De Niro thanked Jake LaMotta. And you just be sitting there like nodding, you know?
I could play you, Jamie. I'd walk on my knees.
No, but sometimes I think about it, go talk to him, but I feel
Then
guilty.
I'd have to convince the studio to book you.
Yeah, right.
We want this other guy. I'm telling you, this
Hey,
guy's
buddy.
the guy.
Hey, buddy, how you doing, buddy? Hey, high pockets.
He said you were retarded. You know, one of my math teachers called me the dumbest kid in the room when I was. It was actually funny as hell. I didn't have a sense of humor about it. He goes, okay, for question number 8, let's call him the dumbest kid in the room.
Did he really?
Got a huge laugh.
My eighth grade nun said
But
to me,
didn't that make you a scar like me? I still have that scar. I still sometimes I challenge myself. I'll go for hours on hours without sleeping, working hard. I think my
Do you drive
work-
around? This is when you know you're fucked. Do you drive around and say what you wish you had said in that moment? Yelling at the rabbi?
No.
I am not retarded.
No, I was just scared.
It's
I
a
was
good
scared.
retort.
I was scared. You know, it wasn't any of that. It was scaredness. You know, when you were a kid, you're scared. You unknown. What that mean?
You
They
needed to
gonna
be
put
comforted. You spooned with the rabbi.
You're
one
gonna
time a nun said to me, an eighth grade nun taught all boys, she said, I never met a boy I didn't like till I met you. And I just thought to myself,
Wow.
And she says, and all I teach is boys. I thought, man, I must be messed up.
Well, what were you doing? Not to blame the
I
victim.
was making fun of her farting because she would fart and she would act like it was a burp, you know, and she'd go like this. You hear like, and I would go and like, whoa. Open a window, will you? I was such a fucking mean, wise guy. I go, oh, sister, cut down on the beans, whoa. And she fucking hated me. Can you imagine how embarrassed she was?
Well, there you go.
I never thought of her from her perspective as an eighth grader, you know, just a wise
So what
guy.
did you do? Did you bring her an apple one day?
No.
Isn't that how all you old school guys used to get out of it?
Those old school
You
guys.
used to come in, you'd whitewash their fence, bring them an apple, some
Put him like Tom Sawyer?
some, yeah, some Huck Finn shit.
'Cause I'm not that old. I was a friend of Colored Jim,
Yeah.
Black Jim, Urban Jim.
Urban Jim.
You know what kills me about the urban thing? We have Urban Night here, which means we have black people performing.
Chocolate
right?
Sundays.
Chocolate Sunday. That's kind of clever, really. Chocolate Sunday. That's not bad, but I mean,
Do you know I didn't get that for like 4 years?
really?
I chocolate because you know Chocolate City. I never got Chocolate Sunday like a dessert.
Yeah, because you were the dumbest kid in the room.
I wasn't.
But
Admittedly,
I'm thinking, what the fuck?
I never
am
said my math teacher was wrong. I just was annoyed that he said it.
Well, fuck him,
Sorry,
man.
go ahead.
I'm just saying,
killed your
urban
story.
night. It's like it's not like I lived on a ranch in Philadelphia. I'm urban.
All right.
How much more urban do you have to be? You know. It's like-
I know. Yeah, that really is. Yeah, it's not really
there has to be a different term or no term at all, or you know.
urban. The Black Part comedy night.
Yeah.
Would that work?
Well, something has to be different. I mean, it's just a ridiculous.
You know what I can't stop focusing on is why didn't you just get one big pocket instead of the two little ones? Like, what do you put in this
You
one?
think I really shopped for pockets?
As opposed.
You think I was looking for different pocket shirts? Or you do more observational stuff than really.
I do. You know what I do? I take everyday things that people see
yeah,
and I twist them around. You know,
You know, it's
it's
interesting.
relatable, yet aloof.
Yeah, and I like the way you don't have to be really funny, but like more entertaining.
Just I try to be more compelling.
Yeah, you are. It works. Are we good?
No, and
Can I get rid of this asshole now?
No, I
I'm
love
done
it.
with them. Jesus, how many more minutes?
No, I got to tell you that Chocolate Sunday, you know, where it came from. Do you know that? Chocolate Sunday actually came from Arsenio Hall. Eddie
Big
Murphy,
fan.
Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, what's the name? Robert Townsend, and Paul Mooney, and
Gabe Kaplan.
No. What's the name
Sid
of the
Caesar.
Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Ivory Wayans.
Yeah, Ivory
Keenan
Wayans.
Ivory.
Keenan
Ivory.
because they did have a what they call Rat Pack. We made in Club Richard, and everybody came out. Let's do black instead of Rat Pack. We did a Black Pack. And
Clever,
that was,
clever.
and I have all of them. We have that photo of them with all of them in the club there. That's when we started 30 years ago, and it's going. Then Paul changed the name. He said, "Let's make it Cotton Night." We started Cotton, and that didn't go well.
Cutter Night?
Cotton.
Oh, cotton.
Cotton.
Yeah, Cottonite. And
They
Richard,
said
Can you say
cunting.
aw? Now say caw.
Cottonite.
There you go.
Cottonite.
That's
Thank
good,
you.
Bill.
You're a good
See that?
teacher.
I
Did
did.
you ever be?
I used to work with retards. I never make fun of the retards. I'm just fucking. It was a callback.
Do you feel bad anytime you? No, I still feel bad. Get challenged the time, for example, anytime working because of my what they call
No
what-
reflexes
Nothing.
at all.
He's a fucking
dead.
vampire.
He's dead from the waist down.
All those hearts he broke.
Okay, all right. Let's forget it.
No, Jamie, let's get back to your
He likes
boring
to-
story.
Okay. No, the time your teacher told you
Speak
about
into the mic.
the time your teacher told you you're the dumbest. Did you ever make you feel like me? I for years still comes. I still.
So
think
that's
it.
what you were doing when you were saying, "How does it make you feel when your dad yells?" Like you're sort of like a therapist. So that's what you were doing up there. I thought this guy's ripping apart my act. Fuck him. I'm going to New York. I could have came out here. You could have taken me under your wing, right? Is that what you're telling me? How many spots were you giving me back in 1995? I came out here, 80, 90 less freckles on my face. Okay, another hour less worth of jokes. How many shows a week would you give me?
About 3, 4.
3, 4. You
Yeah.
motherfucker.
You're lying.
3,000 miles. I'm coming all this way. I get 3, 4 a week. You're lying.
Hey, Bob Marley got 3, 4.
Huh? Hey, I'm not
Hey,
talking
Bob
about
Marley,
him.
somebody really funny, Bill.
Yes.
That's the way he said that.
Excuse
Bob
me.
Marley.
He is really funny. I love the guy.
I love Bob Marley.
Bob is great. He's my favorite.
He
He's
is.
a great guy.
How come I'm not your favorite?
You're my favorite. I never said it.
Everybody's your favorite. You're so fucking Hollywood. It's ridiculous.
Why would you go? Why you are so negative, son of a bitch?
Just trying to get you to call me a fag.
This is the easiest show I ever hosted. My co-host never shuts up.
I'm sorry. He's picking on me all the time. I shouldn't say nothing. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't pout.
He's so good with the mic. He
Yeah,
goes,
I know.
couldn't say anything. I just, I'm just trying to make a point here, guys. I feel like I'm not being heard.
I've been
Jamie Masada,
King
of
of-
breaking the hearts. He moved out to Hollywood from Tennessee. Wanted to tell jokes. Then met this douchebag.
But
He
excuse
did
me.
real well for 3 fucking minutes. His shit
me.
all over him.
You should hear his.
Now he's a
first
fucking
statement.
drunk.
Excuse me. The time
Hey,
I did my
you, here's some
stand-up comedy-
turkey.
hey.
That's you in a song, this little limerick.
Billy, the time I did my stand-up comedy was very funny. Ask Dom.
No,
Oh, yeah, is that why you quit?
he has one joke that's
You
just
tell me you were
fucking
funny and then
killer.
you quit.
Because
I think you couldn't get laughs.
No,
and
but
then
then-
because of that, you've been upstairs just killing people.
That's true.
That's what it is. Yeah, you hate them.
No, I remember one time we were in a store about a few months before I opened the club. I remember Charlie Flasher was going on, and he had agent come and see him. They said, we have to put somebody on in the store. They said, we have to put somebody is not really good comic. And they all said, let's get Jamie.
Jamie, you're perfect for that.
And then I realized, we should go behind. Rabbi was right. I'm a bit retard.
You're not, and you're funny. All right, and you have a moderately cool jacket on. There you,
You
go.
like the jacket?
There's 3. Yeah, actually, I do. I'm telling you, it's the best you've looked in years.
And that's
I'm
the
telling
best you
you-
look
never
in
seen him in
years.
his
In
daytime.
years, meaning
Yeah.
you're like reverse
Yeah.
aging.
Yes.
It's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Good
There you
thing,
go. Is
yes.
that all right?
And the last time you saw me, my eyes was, I had a detached retina. Now it's
Is
better.
it reattached?
Not still working.
Still
on it.
partially
Still
torn?
yeah, still working on it. Still working on it.
You know what happened? You know what happened to his eye? His fucking dog snout got in it. Jumped up to kiss him. Oh. Boom. He was so nice to me at his house. He didn't make me try and relax. He has a pit bull. Does
I
it
love
bother
pit
you? I go,
bulls.
yeah, it bothers me. It's a pit bull, something that could crush my skull. And he was like, him and his wife's an old friend, didn't fucking make me have to try and relax while the dog was seething at me, knowing that I'm afraid of it.
No, we just put her in another room.
I have how many pit bull I have in the house?
How many?
I have altogether 11 dogs.
That's
And
sick.
4 of them. But they are rescue. I love them all. I love every one of them. I
talk
can't
back
give
to
them
'em.
away.
Can't feed themselves.
Yeah,
He
right.
finally has his kingdom.
Yeah. His little fiefdom.
Yeah.
I have my powerhouse. They
You
don't
really? How many pit bulls do you have?
4. They don't
fight with the
call
other
me
dogs?
retard anymore. Nothing.
What
You
color?
know.
What color are they?
The pit bulls.
Yeah.
They're white and blue. One of them.
Blue.
Yeah, they are so black they call them blue.
Yeah, blue nose. That's what I got.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
want to see your dogs. I want a red one.
red one.
The red nose ones. I love
I don't
those.
have red nose.
Ah.
I don't. Have
I like
red.
any dog. It's got to weigh at least 60 pounds and make you want to work out. Like that's a fucking dog. Those are
Jay
the ones
Moore
I
had
like.
those little Yorkies.
Had
They're
those.
they're like something from a Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
You know.
I like them. They're friendly and
cute, yeah,
shit,
yeah.
but I don't know. I just feel like if you accidentally, you come home in a drunken stupor,
Sit on
you
one.
take a head or you'll kill him. Yeah. Why is he sitting like that?
No, but the one.
cute,
the
ain't
one
He really looked
Wanna pick-
bemused.
no, but I hope you don't come home drunk and kill a dog.
You just had that happy to be here. You're a happy son of a bitch. You know that?
That's right. That's right. That's
get the
right.
big chair.
I'm happy to get up 6 o'clock in the morning and be with my dogs. That's the best thing ever happened to me.
Let's end it Hollywood. All right? Go ahead. Ask me some questions.
Bill, where you
I
at?
want you to talk to me like I'm getting a Lifetime Achievement Award and I can't be bothered. This is a big thing with
Bill,
when you're playing I can't be bothered. You have to like sort of brush away lint that isn't there.
When you originally tuned up your comedy, what did it feel like to have audiences standing and carrying you around? And
It was just something that I was blessed with. It was just, the first time I did an open mic ever, it was just I walked on stage to a standing ovation. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that I do.
well, we all love you, and I just want to say that I think the relationship you have with your the relationship you have with your wife.
That's what you felt. Oh my God.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, Jesus, look at it. It's almost
Wait
a
a minute,
quarter
wait a
to
minute.
4.
He's
I don't
not
want to sit in
finished
this
yet.
I don't want to sit in the traffic. Light is on. Light is on.
He's not finished yet.
Dude, how many times has that just been, seriously, I know Andy brought that up.
Such a relief.
Such a relief when you see that fucking red light come on. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, thank God.
For audience, describe it for audience. What's the red light?
We have a red light here to indicate you have like 3 or 4 minutes left. But what it means to me is you're free to fucking go.
Yeah,
That's-
the pain will be over
Yeah,
soon.
hey, I made another one. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you? Both of you, don't you enjoy the time you making people laugh?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not
you
that
do.
long. I don't want to do
No,
like
I'm just saying the amount of time when you're having a tough set and you're not funny, you hate your act,
yeah.
you're over that, or the crowd's just bad, and that light comes on, you just it's great. And then you get off stage and you're mad that you didn't have a good set. You have to go home and sleep on
Yeah,
it.
you have so many bad sets, Bill. I've never seen you have a bad set.
I had one last Saturday night.
Really?
Oh,
Where? Here?
to the point Moses came up to me and he goes, hey Bill, he goes, what happened the other night?
Who's Moses?
Moses, he works at the Comedy Store and a
Oh,
comedian.
yeah,
he
yeah,
goes,
yeah.
he goes, what happened the other night?
Wow.
And I just started laughing. It was just, no, you usually seem like you committed, and I just never seen you do that before. You just sort of pulled back, and it was one of those things. I hadn't been on stage in like a week and a half. It's like going to the gym. I was a little rusty. There was some asshole talking. He was annoying the shit out of me, and it compounded the fact with I didn't have anything new to say. I didn't do the work that day. So I went
Yeah.
up there, and I just thought, I'm just going to start talking. It's going to happen, and it didn't. And I just started to forget about that set when I ran into Moses, and he so wonderfully because he cares so much.
Nobody
came
cares
up to
more
me,
about you than Moses.
Hey, he does, yeah. Thank God I finally met him because those first 18 years before I met the guy, I was just like, nobody cares about me, whether I bomb or not. So thank God he's
Is
around.
Moses a black kid?
No. No,
I
not
think.
at all.
What does he look like?
He's from Sweden.
Oh,
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Moses from
Moses,
Sweden?
yeah. They got a lot of Muslims out there.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. I've been there. Been there twice.
Sweden
Sweden, beautiful people.
has a lot of Muslims.
Yeah.
No.
You're really being the ignorant American right now. Okay?
I didn't
His
know
name
that.
is Moses. He's blonde hair, blue eyed, and he's from Stockholm, Sweden.
Yeah, there's a lot of Muslims there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, that's why I go there. I like to vacation with the Muslims.
Yeah, you figure you make a couple friends with them. Maybe, they come over here, they won't do anything crazy. Right?
Thank God. I saw a thing about Afghani women and how they torture them as teenagers and stuff. Anyway, that's our show. Bill, Bill. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me. I had a great
Appreciate
time,
it.
Dom. Good luck with this, and I will be on the
Bill Burr, everybody.
judge,
Bill
jury,
Burr.
and Dom Irrera whenever you want to do that.
Right, he said he's going to be on the
He's
show.
Good, buddy. We have it, you fag.
He's going to be on the show, remember.
Okay.
He's going to be on Supreme Court of Comedy with Dom Irrera. Don't forget, guys.
Thanks, everybody. This is Dom Irrera live from the Laugh Factory, which is a misnomer in the sense that it's not really live. Even though we're live as we're doing this, it's going to be edited. So Bill Burr, who's here, who's absolutely as good a comedian as there is today.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the camera.
Oh, that's right. You filmed this thing. I thought you
Bill,
went
can
nuts.
I introduce you?
I thought you went nuts. I just see you looking out there. I'm like, he's done so many sets here. He's used to.
Hey, how you doing up there?
This guy knows what I'm talking about. Sorry, go ahead. Get back. Get
Hey,
back
you
to the,
Muppets.
Yeah.
Back me up on this, will you, sir?
I thought you was like stretching your back, and I was like, oh man, he's got to take a yoga class.
I was starting the show,
Okay,
man.
sorry, man. Professional, unprofessional. My
No,
apologies.
you just didn't know. I mean,
didn't, you know.
It's been a while since you've been here. I hope you got over a little of your anger towards Jamie.
I was way too mean to him last time.
It was funny, though.
It was funny. If you were a comedian, if you were just the lay person.
Did the
Okay,
people
you know
say,
those guys out there? They put on their
The lay people?
They put on their pants one leg at a time.
as opposed to
Joe
us?
six pack.
You know what I do? I do a flip in the air and I spring off a low trampoline.
You know why that-
And that's why I leave my pants. So I put them on two at a
Yeah,
time.
that's because you're special. You're not saying you're better.
I'm not saying I'm
You're
better. Different.
This is an election year,
Yeah.
is it?
I don't know. I think Obama's in for the kill. This goes on in about a month. Anything you want to plug with your tour?
Oh, in a month from now. Look, I know that comet that almost hit us was really scary, but I think it's time to laugh again. I'll be in I think San Jose, Seattle, and Phoenix. Now you got me doing it. We're standing here live at the Laugh Factory.
Well, there you see the camera?
No,
Right in front of you. Look.
I see shit hanging
There's
down.
a camera. There's a
There's
camera.
supposed to be a red dot. Although all of those are cameras.
Everything's a camera.
The new album by Dom Irrera.
Look at-
Everything's a camera.
My latest hit, Everything's a Camera.
The world is a stage.
It really is, Bill. And on a serious note, how can God be all merciful if he hurts people so much?
Well, you know, I think you have to look at it philosophical. That those people are their examples.
Philosophically?
Are philosophical.
A philosophic gal? That's a girl.
You have to look
who
at
has
those
wisdom?
people. Those people are just. Some people are examples, not in a good way. Like some people are some are in a good way. Like wow, there's a way to live. And then there's other people. The other example of thank God I'm not him.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people forget how lucky they are, and it builds up like gas in God's bowels, and he's got a belch. And
God's got bowels?
He's got bowels. He's got bowels all day.
Does he have sits baths?
Do you know how much guts it took to make this planet?
How much?
Well,
That's
6
a
days of
rhetorical
it.
question.
6 days of it. So
Did
then-
he really need rest on the seventh day if he's God?
he was showing off. Like nobody said he could get it done in 8 days. And of the people that he hadn't created yet, all of them said that he couldn't do it, and he got it done in 6. And he was laying there like, what's up, bitch?
It's interesting that you would assume he is a man, and yet I because I'm more older and wiser than you,
More developed,
more evolved,
intellectually.
that I think of him, her as a being, not necessarily a sex.
No, I don't. I picture
but
as
yet
an old man
somehow
who's been
hot.
napping.
Somehow, good looking.
Oh yeah.
The eyes, really beautiful eyes.
Well, I mean, he made you in his image, so I mean, he's got to be awfully striking.
I thought you were in his image. Can you
No, I'm
show-
the devil. I'm redheaded. I'm left-handed.
Can you show? I'm left-handed.
Yeah, but in a good way. Oh, that's right. You were a big draft pick. I forgot that once I saw that sweet J you just
We're
mimed.
left-handed. We into the creative people are left-handed. A lot of us. Did you play basketball?
Oh, Dom, I tried.
Did you play?
No, I played.
A lot of the
I played
guys-
organized sports up until like 5th grade, and I got a D in math, and me and everyone else in my family was immediately put on academic suspension. Sports suspension, whatever the hell, academic probation. Basically, they pulled us out of sports, and none of us
Your
was
whole
allowed.
family? How many brothers and sisters?
92.
92. That's
Hey, we
Irish.
grew up on a farm. There was a lot of stuff we needed to pull out of the ground.
Like the roots of things.
And, yeah, one for all for one.
Seriously, how many brothers and sisters?
4 brothers and a sister.
Get along with them?
Yeah, we get along.
Isn't that good?
It took a while. I mean, we definitely the first 2 decades There was the fisticuffs. It was establishing
Who was the oldest?
the pecking order. I was second oldest.
Who was the toughest?
Look, I'm not trying to cause any fights.
I'm just
over
asking. Who's
the
the biggest pussy of your brothers?
none of them are.
Oh.
They're all maniacs. It was one of those things we all had that, if you're gonna
Irish
if you're gonna beat me, you're gonna have to kill me
mental
thing.
I
Yeah.
bet.
Knock me down, I'm gonna keep coming at you. That's
Yeah.
stupid.
I used to do a bit.
German Irish kind of thing. I'm gonna build a brick wall. I'll keep slamming into it till it falls down. Yeah, but Bill, you're only hurting yourself.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. Yeah, that's stupid shit.
I had a line in the Dangerfield special I did that I can't remember, but everybody reminds me of it. It was like, tear this arm off. I used to hug my girlfriend with that arm. I don't give a. That's my favorite arm. Yeah. You ever have bits that you just know like a little bit of it?
Yeah, but you do those ones the best. Like that's one of those deals. I wouldn't even go into that area. Like you whatever that is, like you do that the best. This is the arm I hug my girlfriend with. I mean, who comes up with that? I'll tell you what.
Right here.
The guy right there,
Right here,
made
folks.
in the image of the
Like
being that built this in 6 days.
6 days.
6 days.
Never had a break. Never went into overtime.
Yeah. And didn't pay attention to that other being over there that he had to bang at some point to make us.
Do you understand the whole Trinity? The Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost?
I thought the Trinity was onions, peppers, and what's the other thing you get to get a gumbo going? You let those and some
okra,
celery.
okra.
No, celery.
Celery?
Yeah. You make a gravy and then you wait till that celery's, right before it starts to go. You put the Trinity in there, don't you see? And then you wait till the celery gets clear, and then you can just do whatever you want. That's when it becomes your signature. Anybody can walk on stage and take the mic out of the mic stand with the sport coat on and say, I'm a comedian. But it's what you do, Dom Irrera, after you take that mic out of the mic stand. That's how you do
the
stand-up
magic that
comedy
I weave?
and make a gumbo.
Well, how do you rank yourself as a stand-up? Like who? Like as
Woefully miscast.
as far as strong. David Tell did the show. I go, Dave, I don't think you have any idea how strong you are. He goes, first of all, I hate my act, but mostly I hate myself. I go, that's why you're funny.
There you go. That's the formula right there.
Anybody who kills all the time, loves themselves, are like the most boring fucking comedians.
I was loving my act
crushed.
a month ago, and now I hate it. I'm not liking it right now. So
See, you would do something that I love is the rhythm. You have like good rhythm. Your rhythm.
Thank you. It's in the hips, Dom.
Is it?
Yeah, just kind of.
You do. I mean,
Try to keep it,
the way you walk like a mambo kind of a guy. I always think you're going to stop, moonwalk back, and then walk again, sliding.
Well,
How much of your life has been like devoted to
tragic?
dance?
Devoted to dance? Not enough. I feel if I wanted to, I could be really good at it. For a white guy, I think I could actually be a decent
You have
dancer.
to put for a white guy.
I had to throw it out there. I had to put it within the expectations. I mean, because there's so many people, so many non-whites, just setting the bar day after day out on those islands out in the Pacific.
There's a lot more non-whites than whites.
I know there are.
I was in a-
That's what I loved about that Louis C.K. bit. I never thought about that when he was saying how we're actually the minorities. And
We
of
are the
course-
minority, by far.
Not in Kentucky, right?
No, but Louis C.K., I don't get him. I just don't. Not my cup of tea.
Well, you know what? If you don't get him, you don't get the world.
I kid. Don't you love those people that buzzkill anything? Whoever it is.
Oh, they just got to ruin it.
I couldn't watch Seinfeld. I just didn't. I didn't like the characters.
You know what I hate? I hate when someone goes to see a horror movie and you say it scared you, and then they go, "Really? I was just laughing through that whole thing."
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, you're so tough. So if a real monster came in, I would be scared and you wouldn't
Yeah,
be, you
yeah.
asshole. How about I went on the ride? How about I allowed them to take me on a journey?
Yeah, you let it go.
I don't know.
All right, let's talk about your travel thing for a second. If I can, in my own
If you could interject.
my own sagacious way to teach you something about
Is that
life.
a real word? That's a good one.
Sagacious is like sage, wisdom.
Oh, okay.
And
Could never say it as good as you because you got a little shoulder and a hand. It's sagacious.
But it's just that you said to me, first of all, you said to me yesterday that you're exhausted. And then you tell me you got this part in the movie, right? And and you had to cancel some dates.
I had to move them around.
And somehow, to fly, but you're going from Iceland back to London to fly because it's cheaper.
Oh yeah, I was telling.
I take umbrage.
I was
to this.
telling the sage,
Sagacious.
the sagacious person over here. Sage is what you
get all the evil spirits out of an attic.
But it's also a wise man. A sage is like a.
You know, I believe you explained this to me about 30 seconds ago. I'm just so dumb I don't remember.
I'm trying to help you out here.
I have a European tour coming up, and so I decided to get the flight over with, because going out is great. You leave around 4 o'clock. You got the wind at your back. You got your dreams in your eyes, right? Song in your heart.
You got the tap in your toes.
Yeah, you leave at 4 p.m. You have a couple, you watch a couple of movies, and you eat a meal, and then you fall asleep for like 8 hours.
How do you know what I do?
Huh? I know what you do. That's like that Andy Kindler. Don't do what you do. Do what I do. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you wake up. You landed in Stockholm, Sweden or something. So what I was going to do was start at east. No, I was starting in Scotland, and I was going to go east and then work my way back and end in Iceland. So Iceland, as all you Americans know, we're so good at geography, right? Here's the Great Britain. Iceland's up here. Here's Greenland. That's North America. I'm right there, and I can fly down there.
Yeah, you just go over to Labrador, boom.
With that fucking wind in your face, it's still going to suck, but it's not going to be bad. But I just found out.
You don't actually feel the wind because of the plane.
But you sense it. You know it's there.
You sense the
you know it's there.
The drag on the plane, it does.
Yeah. Well, your seat reclines so much easier when you're going back. I don't know if you've known that.
Your hair's blown back.
So I'm talking to my travel agent. I got a lot of agents. This is my travel
I don't have a travel agent. I do all my own things. It's much easier.
Listen, there's guys in life who are hands-on, the ones that women are attracted to. And then there's guys like me, the weasels, the guys who cry in the foxhole while you charge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you'd be one of those guys.
Me?
Those Japs coming over the hill with those bonsai charges. Yeah.
You don't say Japs
Coming
on
over?
my show.
Huh? Is that offensive?
Nips.
Oh, sorry. That's one of the worst, like, if you really are trying to offend somebody, is to just, like, I'm Japanese. Oh, you Jap. I'm German. Oh, you Jur.
Yeah, right.
It's really not creative.
Yeah.
But is it offensive? I'm sorry to anybody out there.
I was working on a bit about Irish and Italians.
Dom, what you do is not work. What you do is
not happening?
It's effortless. It's art.
It's not funny, though.
But it's poignant. What you lack in funniness, you make up
for
in the points that you make.
He's an honest guy. He tells every story he's told so far has been true tonight. It's amazing.
He's one of the most interesting.
The integrity. Did you laugh? No, not. But I really trust him.
It was compelling.
Somebody said to me in Indianapolis, this lady says, "You're mean." I go, "I'm not mean. I'm kidding." I said, "Do you think the audience, don't they know I'm kidding?" I said, "Do you think they're walking out of here if I was not funny?" They would go, "Well, he wasn't funny at all, but what a nice guy. What a good person. You don't give a shit."
That's number one on my list when I go to see a comedian.
He's
Number
a
one
nice
is I
guy.
want him to be a nice guy. And then, the funny, if it happens, I consider that a bonus.
They always ask me about, like, famous people like Seinfeld. Is he a nice guy? I go, look, just enjoy his work. Don't worry about what he... You're not going to end up hanging
Yeah,
with.
exactly.
I guarantee you're not going to have dinner with Jerry.
Yeah, just in case we join the same racquetball club.
No, they're not going to have...
How is that... oh, Jesus, everybody I like is dead now.
Who?
I was going to think Pryor, Carlin. How is that Bill Cosby? Oh, I had a dream last night I had met Bill Cosby.
What?
I had a dream.
What dream?
I had a dream, not a wet dream. Yeah, he told me he liked my jokes and thought I was
doing
funny.
Uncle Albert, Fat Albert, and I just... Uncle Albert. Fat Albert, I start coming.
No, what was that dream? He was younger. He didn't say he liked me. He didn't say he didn't. He was just looking at me.
So you were looking for that. You're looking for love from
I'm looking for approval.
a guy who's just very established. So established, he doesn't stand up in his stand-up comedy.
Isn't that amazing when you see him? Like, sits down and kills. I remember when I saw that Seinfeld documentary. What's the one he's walking across the street with the mic stand? The
Comedian?
Yeah, Comedian. What a fucking idiot. Comedian. Can't remember the name of a movie named Comedian.
You're too tough on yourself, man. Take a nice long plane ride around Iceland, back to London, back here.
Think about how
we never
nice-
finished that story, by the way. We've got to go back to it.
I don't think anybody out there cared.
I care because it's a part of me that feels like a big brother to you to teach you about money.
It's a part of me.
Feels
Why
like-
not be a part of me?
It's all of me.
Dom Irrera, looking out for a feature act. He's flying too far.
Will you open for me if I do the garden?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
I would definitely do that. And I would actually, I I would be more German Irish, just so I made sure I didn't step on your Philly Italian
Philly
toes.
Greaseball shit.
You know, it's one of my favorite lines in Goodfellas. When De Niro walks up, he's playing the Jimmy, what's his face? And he comes up, he goes, "Hey, the Irishman's here to take all you guineas money." He throws it down, and everybody just laughs. And it's like, I just wish you could joke around like that. I remember the days where you could just be openly racist, and everybody just laughed.
Well, don't you think that this is where I was going with that bit, was Irish and Italians. I guess because that's what my background is, from Philly. It's all Irish, Italian immigrants.
With an MBA in Asians.
Yeah. With a minor in coloreds.
Yeah.
But they're not as thin-skinned as some groups. The Irish don't give a fuck what you call them. The Italians don't care. You know what I mean? They really don't. Just the bit I was working on was like the idea of a guy saying to me, "Hey, you fucking greaseball." "Yeah, meatball." And I'm going, "Man, that sounds delicious." You know what I mean? It's like you totally don't get offended. But the Irish kids that I knew, they aren't even any good Irish words.
I never understood the food thing. Like calling a German guy a kraut. Like sauerkraut's delicious.
I know.
Or like black people say anything about chicken or watermelon. It's like both of those are tremendous sources of eatery. Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a word. It doesn't fit there, but it'll fit somewhere
of cuisine.
in your life.
Of cuisine, yeah. You chicken-eating motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I do eat chicken. I love watermelon.
You don't eating son of a bitch. Why I oughta.
Look at this ice cream eating so-and-so over here. Yeah, sorry. I thought you saved me there with another. We needed the magic 3, didn't we?
Oh, no. I was just... I enjoy having you on here because I don't usually get...
hacks
of your level. How did you bomb your way to the top?
Well, I just had a bigger axe on stage when I was hacking it up. I took out the whole tree stump when I was up there.
So Bill and I lived this pretty cool thing together when we were in Philly, in Camden. And it was it really was one of the things I think that really made you more famous and lifted your career because you got like this legendary reputation.
Tom, every time I'm near you, I feel my Q rating just goes up.
Why am I trying to fucking talk seriously to you? Why shouldn't I know better?
Tom, because you know something?
Me mother, she was. Me father.
I don't know what it is
me
about
father
you.
said to me, the Irish...
Ever since, where's the camera? Which one am I looking at? This is like the newsroom.
Look at that one.
Ever since, from day one, once I got over, holy shit, this is Dom Irrera.
That didn't take long, did it?
No, fuck that. I went out, I saw all your specials. And I was like, holy shit. I remember a comic saying, yeah, Dom's coming to town, we're hanging out. I'm like thinking he calls him Dom. It isn't Dom Irrera.
Mr. or Dr. Irrera.
So I don't know what it was. I think the first time I really hung out with you was Ireland. And I just clicked. We had that great laugh in that bar, and then that was it. And you know what? That was like the heroin. You know, because they say when you do heroin, you're always chasing that first high. I feel that like with you and me. We're chasing that first laugh.
That first fucking, oh man, Bill, that was one of the hardest I ever laughed. When that guy was just prone with his mouth open and nobody fucking paid attention. Just nobody paid attention to him.
I think you know what added to it was the fact that it was late at night. We were in a different country. And I was scared to laugh a little bit in that moment because I didn't want them to be.
I was singing in your ear. Remember, I was making up songs.
I got my wife a potato.
And the British came and it all fucked up for good.
You know, we were laughing so hard. You know, like when, what was it, Police Squad? They used to make fun of the endings of those episodes where, remember when at the end of Chips, when someone would tell a joke and everybody would...
Oh, right,
just
right.
like freeze, and Police Squad made fun of that. I looked over at you one time, and you looked like it was the end of an episode where they had froze you. You were just sitting there, your mouth was open, and your face wasn't moving. It was one of those things, you know, where you're laughing so hard, you're just exhaling, and you don't have any air left, but your body's still exhaling. You were just like that with this tear coming out. Little Denzel tear, if I might say.
I'm crying now a little. You make me cry. You hurt me. You hurt me bad. No, but let me get back to the Camden thing. What happened was, I was on stage. I don't know if you heard any of my set, but you heard some.
No, you had my favorite line of the night.
What about 12?
When they started booing, it's just like, why would you think that I would leave? And you actually caused them to think for a second. They're like, Yeah, why did we think that? I just thought I was going to make noise and you were going to get embarrassed.
$12,000 for 10 minutes. Fuck you. Go back to your mother's basement with your withered arms and your AC/DC T-shirts and go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And because it really wasn't that bad. You took up for me, which I loved that about you. But it was my hometown. I do well there. It was.
Dom, I like to think everywhere's your hometown at this point.
You're every man.
Yeah.
You're Yeoman. But
put your pants on two
But it
legs
was
at a
really
time.
only a couple drunks booing, and then when I told them that, but I remember you look like a boxer that like they rang the
was
bell
losing.
because you actually said to me, you used me in the third person. You go, they booed Dom Irrera? Fuck them. That's what you said to me right before you went out. Pretty sure I might be paraphrasing a little, but then I went and sat on the speaker, and it was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. But and
You ever think about the lineup that was there that night?
nobody listened to us. They all wait for Jim Norton, and Norton's great, but by the time he got on, they were so drunk they weren't even laughing at him.
No. Norton went out, never addressed what I did, and did his act and killed. That was the amazing thing.
I didn't think he killed.
No.
I didn't think he killed.
Dude, first of all, if you did anything after that, the shit show, because I felt like I was so mad, and then it ended, and I walked off, and then it was immediately like, okay, that's probably going to end up on the internet, and I'm going to be humiliated because I didn't know. I knew you guys got it. I didn't know how regular. I thought regular people would be like, epic comic fail, But then I saw Norton, and I was thinking like, oh God, Norton has to go on, and that's a really.
But they were there to see him because of his being Anthony ties.
Yeah, but I was on the show enough at that point. Like, look, they would have given me a chance. I fucked up a joke in the beginning. I told one that was already on the radio. Plus, I wasn't mentally prepared to do it at that point. I didn't want to be there, so I definitely. I was definitely stoking the fires.
Right.
So it was a perfect storm.
And it was perfect too because you're from Boston, and Philly and Boston have had. Well, I can't say a rivalry because Boston beat the shit out of us when I was a kid, and all my life as far as basketball.
No, but you guys beat us in the finals in 74, 75. In
83
Stanley Cup, and then 83 you got by as Julius Jams Jinx. Remember that? That was the cover of the Sports Illustrated. You guys were up 3-1. We came back and beat you. Next year you guys were up 3-1 again, and we came back and you beat us in Game 7 in the Garden. We were in those.
That was 83.
Yeah.
That was with Moses. Yeah.
Was that 83?
Yeah, 83.
It might have been 82. Dude, no, it wasn't. No, 83 was faux. You guys were a beast. 83, we got swept by the Bucks.
Yeah, you're talking, okay, because 80, the Lakers won.
81,
you beat Houston.
Yep, and we were down 3-1 and beat you. 82, we were down 3-1, came back and tied it 3-3, and you guys won, and you lost, I want to say, in the finals
Probably,
to the Lakers?
I know we lost to Magic in the 80, I think. Maybe it was.
Yeah, maybe
we
it was
lost
80.
to Magic. Magic was a rookie.
But Daryl Dawkins was out, and then Moses came in. And
Moses was there for 83. That was
Moses brought you to the
perfect
promised
year.
land.
Yeah, just like Pete Rose brought the Phillies to promised land. But anyway, growing up with Boston, well, because the thing is, I hated Boston, and I thought I hated Boston people. And I got up there, and I'm thinking, what the fuck did I hate? It was a lesson in life. I love these people. This is like, went completely the other way. And I was there the night Magic made that baby hook. Remember the junior hook? And I was the only one. I was at Nick's on the floor. They had a movie screen. I was the only one that was happy, but I didn't act happy. But, looking back on it now, I love those Celtics teams.
It's funny, looking back, I love those Laker temes. I don't love the Lakers, but I love James Worthy. You got to respect them like his athletes.
They were great. They were fucking.
They were champions.
You know what somebody said that was ridiculous? They said the Lakers had all the talent. The Celtics played as a team, and I'm thinking, Celtics had some fucking serious talent.
Yeah, and the Lakers also played as a team.
Yeah, Dennis Johnson when he's your fourth best player, that's a pretty fucking great team.
Yeah.
I mean, the front line.
But what I liked about that, though, was, and what I can't stand about talking about young sports fans, when I try to tell them how it used to be, and they'd be like, well, the Celtics got Parrish from Golden State. It's like, it was a trade, and he wasn't like LeBron. He wasn't this giant guy. He came, and he was the right piece.
And, yeah, McHale, everything fit. Yeah.
Yeah, and McHale was a draft pick. Larry Bird was a draft pick. Danny Ainge was a draft pick. Dennis Johnson was a good trade, but it wasn't that thing where like in the off season, Dr. J, Larry Bird, and Magic are all hanging out on a yacht,
Right.
going, you know, what would be crazy.
Yeah,
What
let's
if
play
the two of
together.
us all played on your team and then we just kicked the shit out of each? Like, I'm hearing rumors that LeBron might go to the Lakers, and it's just like, why don't you just watch 8th graders play 1st graders and tackle football,
Yeah.
and then interview the 8th graders afterwards, because they were going like, you know, we started off, it was a little
Yeah.
tough, and we just said we got to come together as a team.
Well, Bird and Magic would have never done that. They enjoyed the competition.
And what's his face never did it either.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan did it, and the guy Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller.
No, Reggie Miller could have been on a championship team easily.
Reggie Miller is a champion who just happened. It was like a Barry Sanders thing. He just didn't. He didn't quite have enough. Maybe more Dan Marino. He just didn't quite have enough around him. Dan Marino's another one who gets a ton of crap.
Oh my God!
And look up his running backs throughout his career.
Put Dan Marino on the 49ers. See how fucking great he would be with that release. You know what's funny? This is the first time we've been serious all day because it's about sports. We went from completely goofing around to this fucking serious. You know,
is.
like.
I'm still upset that I didn't get a chance to name some of their running backs. Delvin Williams, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
They did have a Kareem.
They had who's the other guy?
They had. Well,
I'm not saying these guys were bad. Delvin Williams was pretty good, but
one
like
of the great running backs they had was Mercury Morris, but that was with. Here's an interesting thing, by the way, and we'll get to our boy in a minute. Can you give us 1 minute, brother? I love this guy. When the Dolphins went undefeated, over half the season was played by what quarterback? Do you remember?
well, obviously it wasn't Bob Greasy, so
Right.
I gotta say.
And he took them all the way to the Super Bowl.
Oh, wait, was it the guy who sat in for John Unitas
Yeah.
in Super Bowl III? What the hell was something?
Earl Morrall.
Earl Morrall.
Isn't
Yeah.
that amazing, though? People don't realize, because everybody talks about injuries, they lost their fucking all-pro quarterback. They had a 39-year-old quarterback and still went all the way there. But I just got to say one thing before
Before we bring the real man of the hour.
No,
up
the
here.
line that really fucking slayed me in that riff you did. And you know, Gerald, the hockey, the Flyers haven't won since Gerald Ford was president. Hope Donovan McNabb gets 2 ACL tears. This is what I kind of remember. The funniest fucking line of all. You know what it was?
No.
Fuck the Liberty Bell. Because to me, it's like no. Because I remember
I was running out of stuff.
I was
Dom.
sitting on the fucking sound, the speaker, and when you said "fuck the Liberty Bell," I just fell out, and I was going, "What the fuck did the Liberty Bell ever do?" The poor Liberty
That's
Bell.
nothing to do. Yeah, and that's for all Americans too. But it was in that city. I was running out of shit. You know what kills me is I forgot to make fun of the 76ers.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I got all of them. The 76ers and whatever your arena football team is. Those are the only two I missed.
I don't know that, but
Which probably could have beat the Eagles. Then that's another one I could. You know what? Somebody at one point I got interrupted, and it was Patrice helping me out through the DJ.
was he on the show?
Yes.
Patrice, I don't remember Patrice on the show.
Patrice was on the show.
What a great show.
It was an insane show, and there's this big myth that everybody got booed, and I walked out and said, fuck that. That's not what happened. It was the first guy got booed, and then there was like...
Well, Jimmy Schubert got booed, and he said to me that I really bombed. They booed me. They wouldn't let me talk. I go, but you can't bomb if they're booing.
Schubert came out first. It was broad daylight. It was like 10,000 seater, and probably it was maybe a third full, and half of that third was walking around.
And they were drunk and picnicking.
And it was
and
broad
drinking.
daylight.
Yeah.
Standing
But
outside.
you can't. To bomb, you have to at least have a fair playing ground. You can't
You
bomb.
got to have a shot.
Yeah. if
That's
that-
like you go up to the plate, and the pitcher just throws at your head, and they
Right.
give you shit. You didn't get a hit. We
It's
needed a hit.
Yeah, exactly.
But you did get on base.
All right, now you told me something at the beginning of this that you felt you were too mean to Jamie Masada.
It's
And
haunted me. It's
we're gonna
haunted
bring
me.
him back
It's haunted me since
because
the
thought
last
you
time
were-
I did your podcast.
I thought you weren't mean enough because the guy.
Well, you know what we could do? We could play with it. And we would just a little
All
push
right,
pull
let's go
and we'll see
back
where we
and
go.
forth.
Jamie Masada, everybody.
Festival.
Ladies and
Now,
gentlemen.
I wonder how many people that are watching this are disappointed now that he's coming up here.
And there are a lot of people disappointed. First of all, how we don't really.
How are you?
Everybody, let
Hi,
me tell
Jamie.
you something. I go.
Speak into the mic. There you
Jamie,
go.
you need a breath thing.
I do.
No,
Can you
kidding.
have one?
I can't smell your breath from here.
No. It's your personality. He thought it was your breath.
Okay. Now, guys, I want you to watch because it's not my. I go to speak to the kids. in high school
Just
kid.
bring it with you. So you
Okay,
turn,
okay,
it turns.
Okay, I turn.
Yeah.
I go to speak to a high school kid sometimes.
Good, that was a nice turn.
And the time I speak to them, and I tell them, they say, who's your favorite comic, this. And I tell them who's my favorite. And I tell them, I suggest you want to get to know everything, you got to watch Dom Irrera's podcast. And they all come up there. The first question come to me, why did you kick Billy Burr out of Los Angeles to New York?
That's funny.
No, he didn't. What? You didn't kick me out. You gave me advice
inspired
about my
you,
act
right?
that was so horrific. I was like, what city
Is this you being nice
Yeah,
to him?
what city is the furthest from the city this guy lives in that actually has industry? And it was New York.
Oh my God!
And-
never forget. I go up there. Everybody, first of all, they start picking. Why did you do that to Billy? I said, first of all, I never did anything to Billy. I told Billy how wonderful he was. He was talking about his family, everything.
Full of shit.
I didn't say anything bad to him. Listen to him. And first of all,
Pathological liar.
now,
Yeah,
first of all,
you know what he did? He did that pimp thing, where at first he told me how pretty I was, just stroking my cheek, and then he brought me down to build me back up again. See, he made me have affection. Like, oh, this guy has a warm heart. This guy's actually there's something in there. He's not like an animatron, right? Is that a word?
now you trying
Yeah.
to put me down again?
Huh? I'm not trying to-
Coincidentally, by the
I'm
way,
not trying to put you down. I'm here to try to get the truth of this story.
The truth of the
Speaking
story.
here live
The,
at
the
the Laugh
truth-
Factory.
the truth
this
of
Dom
the story.
Irrera with Bill Burr speaking to the little Mexican Jamie Masada.
Okay,
Did I
and
tell you-
Jamie, is it true that you sent Bill Burr to New York?
No, I did not. I encouraged him. I said, put your family in your character, and you could
Do
be
you know what
having
this
your
is,
own
Jamie?
show.
You know what this is?
What?
This is the same. You're doing what comedians do. Okay? One or two people asked you that, and in your head you're catastrophizing, and you think it's the world. You think everybody watching right now cares.
Yes, but the
They don't.
kids,
Listen
they
to the
watch
excitement.
it.
Listen to how
Excuse
heightened
me,
his
excuse
senses
me,
are.
let me explain something. The kids I speak to, about 400 or 500 kids I speak to, they are Compton South Center. I tell them to watch, and they watch this. And they ask me about, one thing they asked me, I said, hey, Billy Burr bought his gun. I said, I don't know about the gun he bought. Did he buy a gun? Or it's something to do about your gun? I don't know. They asked me a question about you.
Well,
that
listen,
I
if
don't
you're
know
going to
anything
walk
about.
in there like Mr. Saturday Night and you know every comic out there, they're just going to. I'm sure they ask questions about Dane. I'm sure they ask Dom. Like,
Oh, they ask about-
they ask if he has co-citizenship in Australia. Is that a,
No, co-citizen, and then
is that what
they
it is?
ask
That's
me-
not that.
they-
Dual.
Dual citizenship. You're having trouble with words today.
Yeah, no, it's you and another Australian. You guys have to travel together into the country. I'm not having trouble with words. That's basically that's a constant. I'm not good with words.
Oh, is that right?
No, I'm not. That's why I use fuck so long. That's my filler.
Fuck,
Why
that's good.
don't you read dictionary?
Why don't I read dictionary? Why don't you throw another word in that sentence?
How about an article or preposition?
Oh, wait. And the most question they asked me about Dom Irrera. You know what they asked me, the kid they asked me about Dom Irrera?
What's his dick taste like?
You are so disgusting.
Is it
I don't
true
wanna-
it's like raspberries?
They said, does he have a cousin? He knocked himself out. He was boxing with himself or something.
That's true, that story.
That's true story?
He didn't knock
You
himself
hear
out.
that.
He
You
tried.
heard it.
He tried to knock himself out. Yeah, he was all.
You know, there was an old coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Only was there for a year. Called Les Steckel. He was I think
remember that name.
Yeah, an ex-Marine, and he would do the obstacle course and run the sleds and do everything with them. And he got so amped up one day, trying to get the team amped up, and he was trying to show how tough he was or something. Allegedly, I don't know if this is true. Somebody at school told me way back in the '80s that he punched himself in the mouth, like drew blood.
Really?
And even the players were kind of like, it went from this guy's amped up to okay, our leader is crazy.
Actually, we had a comic one time. He came on the stage years ago. I'm talking about 30 years ago, 28 or 29 years
Doesn't
ago.
matter,
Yes,
the exact-
whatever.
Wait, are you sure it
He's a
wasn't
comedian.
27?
Huh?
Sure it wasn't 27?
27.
26 and a half.
I just told a slanderous story about somebody because somebody told me it in 8th grade. I don't even know if it's true.
You don't?
I could be affecting his coaching career.
Oh my God! No, that was a joke. So Billy, he joke around a lot. Anyway, the Laugh Factory, he can't joke a lot, so don't take it serious.
When you see his act, a lot of times he's kidding.
Yeah, he kidding. He exaggerates stuff.
All
He's
that
not-
stuff didn't really happen on one flight.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyway, that's the story about your cousin. His most famousest thing they ask me all of
Yeah, I
the
remember when he
people.
told me that, because the reality of the real story, forget about the bit, he was on Speed and something else, and he was watching boxing, and he wanted to see if he could knock himself out because he was a good boxer, and he was bleeding profusely, but he was so fucking. And my Uncle Joe came to the door. He goes to watch the bouts with him. And he goes, what the fuck? He goes, I was trying to knock myself out. Because I got to take you to the hospital. He goes, after the fights. And my Uncle Joe told me he just sat there and bled through the whole fucking... And in my act, I go, he's like, he hit himself, and he goes, but I wouldn't go down.
Right.
That's, trying to make it a cohesive bit. But the reality of it
To not
was...
make it as tragic and sad.
Yes.
I was just thinking of how much you have to if you're sober, like how much you have to override to not pull the punch. To punch through the target.
Well, yeah, plus you don't have good leverage, so you really got to fuck him. He opened up a cut over his eye. But imagine punching your eye. Anyway, that's...
No, I mean,
it's funny
Isn't it interesting how hard it is to knock yourself out, yet how easy it is to rub one out? So I think that the spiritual being, if I use that correctly, I don't think it's a sin.
To knock somebody out?
I think it's... you know what I like to think it is?
About jerking off now.
You know what I think that is? Like... Rubbing one out.
Rubbing one out. It's a Boston thing.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, that's just, it's like
now you're getting talking about, I'm a classic guy. You're talking about jacking off?
You're not a classic. You look like a cokehead in the 80s. That's stupid, just the way you're dressed. You know, I like to think of...
This is you being nice to him, just to reiterate.
No, if he's gonna, look, if I'm going to be nice to him, but I'm not going to sit there and let him lie to your viewers.
Yeah, my viewers.
A classy guy.
I'm look classy today. I comb my hair. I put a nice clothes on. I came in and asked you some question for my kids up there. They listen.
Why
to
are you yelling? I mean, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to be nice. You're already amplified.
You said.
Would you pass him today?
Today? I passed him. The first time I saw him.
No, we didn't.
Yes, I said, put
No,
your
you
character.
did. Oh,
go put
Jesus.
your family
You
together. What did I say?
Are
what
a
did I
person who does not tell truths
Okay.
about
He's a
this story.
pathological liar.
Tell me, what
Yes.
did I say?
Yes.
What did I say?
I told you the last time.
But I told you, didn't I say put your
Why are
family
you
in it?
shouting?
I like your
Jamie, can I ask
family.
you a question? Are you ever going to agree with my version of the story? You're not. So why should I go back into it? Why don't we just bury the hatchet?
Okay.
And I'll come down here on, what? Do you have a white guy night left at this club?
First one.
White guys only.
First one, the kids. they
Whites
asked-
only.
The kids, they asked me, they said, how come Billy is not at the Laugh Factory that often? I said, Billy, the problem with Billy is one of the biggest problem we have.
What are you afraid people steal material, right?
No. Let me
That's
tell
the
you.
story.
No, I'm afraid that I'm going to run into him and have to have a conversation.
You son of a bitch. I'm trying to tell you what the kid did. What's my answer?
Jamie, you know what it
Can
is?
I
You know what it is
explain
about
that?
this club? It's just too well lit.
Let me explain it
It's
to the
just
kids.
all lit
Okay,
up.
Okay.
The people are too happy. It's just too nice.
Too many hot
It's
chicks.
just
I can't
yes,
concentrate.
exactly. It's
okay,
like it's
can
like
I-
going to TRL.
Okay.
I'm an old grumpy. I like them.
CRL.
Total Request Live. Jesus Christ, that's old for young people, I guess, to know that. Remember Carson Daly? Coming up next, fucking the latest whore trying to be like Britney Spears.
Was he sagacious?
I don't know that he was sagacious as much as he was facetious. He didn't sound like that
Are
either.
you being
What's it-
He actually gave me my
What's the
first shots on
sagacious?
late night.
Wait.
Did that bother you that our toes just touched? I kind of liked it.
I got to tell you,
That's a gay
listen,
way.
I got to tell you this. Speaking of that, it has nothing to do with anything. But a friend of mine was telling me a friend of his cannot come unless he's on his tippy toes. Now, first of all, the fact that a grown man uses tippy toes made me laugh. But he can't come unless he's on his.
Oh my
Is
God.
that fucking
Now, if
hilarious?
he's laying on his back and he mimes he's on his tippy toes, can he do that? Or does he literally have to be?
He has to be.
He has to be
You
on.
can't. You can't get around it, Bill. It is what it is.
You know what it is? That's like those people who cheat when they do pull-ups. Like you're just supposed
Oh,
to
yeah.
pull yourself and they do the little thing like that. This guy, yeah, he's got to be on his tip. See if he chose to get it out. He's cheating.
He's cheating. And now, can I answer what I told the people about why you're not coming to Laugh Factory?
That's a
Why
rhetorical
don't
question. It's a
why
rhetorical
don't
question
I
right
let
there.
you come to Laugh Factory?
Huh?
Can I tell them?
I've been banned from the Laugh Factory.
Let me explain it to the people.
Jamie didn't like that I also wore a no-name Izod today. So.
The reason is, Dom, for you to know, anytime Billy comes in here...
Jamie, you
if
been
people-
lifting?
If the
Just
people know.
looking at your guns, man. You just really look like you're throwing the iron around.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really do. You really develop.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm working on it. I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting
I can tell. Yeah.
They're almost like a man's arms. What?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Let me explain why we don't have Bill in here. Billy Burr.
Bill Burr.
Okay, Bill Burr.
Why come
is-
you call him Billy?
I like calling him
It's
Billy.
fine. They just
It's okay.
let the
You
man
know what?
do what he
Let
wants.
me, or you let me finish the story or not? I'll tell
Jeremy
the
Hotz
kids.
calls Dane Cook Cookie.
Who does?
Jeremy Hotz calls him Cookie. Dane is not a cookie.
He's not a cookie.
No.
Cookie's a woman.
It's just not Dane. It's not, he's not light enough to be Cookie. Hey, Cookie, what's going on? He's like Dane.
Cookie was something somebody smooth said to a woman in like the 1957.
Hey, Cookie, you want to pass me that coffee? Thank you.
Even then, that's probably the 30s.
By the way,
Nah,
Dane
Cookie.
Cook is going to be
Hey, you
on.
Marge.
Dane Cook is going to be all the tours around the United States. Go watch him. Check out on his.
Yeah, he's going to be
tour.
on all the tours.
Yeah, and he's
Be
gonna
on
be-
my
I just
tour.
got bumped off of my own one.
Dane did an hour and a half.
Dane is going. Let me tell you what Dane is going to be touring all over the United States.
And in Chicago, go see him at the Laugh Factory in Chicago.
I'm at the Tropicana in New Jersey.
Yes.
I think November 9th.
So's Dane.
Yes.
He's on.
And
he's
what
on that
are
one.
you going to be?
Dane's opening for me. He's
What
doing
are you
2
gonna be?
hours.
What do you mean? What am I?
Are you going to
what
be?
you
Let me ask
following
you a
me?
question. Let me ask you a question. First one.
Why don't you just ask it and quit wasting our time?
Okay. The reason I told
don't touch
the
me.
reason I don't
Do
have
not
you in
touch
here.
me.
Okay, you gay guy.
You're gay.
Okay, the reason I don't bring Bill in here is because anytime he comes in, as soon as I put his name on a marquee or something, every comedian I know, I'm coming here, sit there, and they don't pay anything. They all want to come watch
I know
you.
what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
What I'm doing.
You're
Yeah.
buttering me up.
No, that's not bad because I don't make money.
He's trying to feed the ego.
I don't make money.
understand why you're yelling when you're this
Oh,
close
you
to
said
me.
I'm battering you up. Why would I batter
You
you
have
up?
because you are you're very manipulative.
It's not manipulating. That's
With
true.
the
because
touch
a lot comedians
of
that come see
sinister.
you.
With a pinch of sarcasm.
No,
He would play a great head bad guy in like a Austin Powers or a spy
he
movie,
would.
and you wouldn't need a cat to pet or anything.
Jamie
Just
can
pick.
be very supercilious.
He
You ever
can.
notice that?
What's a supercilious?
It means like looking down on people, like super above, like the Latin for the eye, cilia,
Yeah.
above, like looking down.
No, I mean I get.
What am I, a
sometimes-
teacher today?
No, I get.
I couldn't tell if you were fucking with them or if that was true. I was like,
It's true, but I was fucking
No,
with
but supercilious. I am sometimes with people.
now he knows it.
I'm sometimes with people because they keep asking me. Say, what do you thinking of my
keep
acts?
asking me.
They say, what do you thinking of my acts? I don't think of
All
that
of a sudden,
much
he's
of
Austin
that.
Powers.
You
He's
know,
got an
I'm-
H.
Anyway,
Hosking.
do you want-
Jamie, stop asking me questions.
I say, Sir Jeffrey.
Okay, or are you going to let me finish? That guy came on the stage.
If you do it in an
27
Irish
years-
brogue.
This theater. Let me get in my accent.
That's good. That's really Irish. Theater.
Irish.
What
Irish.
is your background?
I told you.
You're
Iran
Hawaiian?
and Israel. Hawaiian. Pardon.
I respect you that you say Iranian and you don't say Persian.
Yeah, that's a.
Just say it.
I do
Get it
say
out.
Always I say.
No,
Why
he
do
does.
you-
He never
why
says
do you,
Persian.
Why do you have to have a mean
Now,
look in your
can I
face?
ask you a question?
Yes.
Did we bomb you into freedom over here, or did you do that on your own?
Bomb you in my freedom.
I'm just saying how we go over there.
When you came over
Forget
here,
it.
was the Shah still in power?
It was going to go out of power before it was going.
What year did you come over?
In '77.
When he got kicked out, did you try to seize his palace and turn it into a comedy club?
I want to do it. I want to go back to do it, but they wouldn't let
The
me.
Laugh Factory
They won't
Comedy
let you?
Palace?
No, I would have loved that. That's a great
Welcome to
idea.
the basement of the Shahs. This used to be the rape room, and now
Hey, stop. The Shah is watching it, and I don't want him to come after me. Anyway,
where did he die? Like Pebble Beach? Where did he? We wouldn't
he's
give him.
still alive. They said
No, he
he's-
isn't.
They said he's still alive.
Ouch!
The
Yeah,
American
he's
made
hanging
it-
with Jim Morrison.
No, they said America made that story up because of America. They do not want CIA.
He would be 90 by now.
Yeah, he's 92, 93 years old.
Well, I mean, as a dictator, you do eat pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do. You
you
get the
know,
best.
Not a lot of them die of heart
You always
disease.
get the
Tom.
white meat.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Anyway,
No, we were down with that guy, and then once he got kicked out, we had no more use for him, and then we were like, yeah, he can't stay here. Yeah, listen, this is a bad time.
Right.
We just left him there with this
pockets turned inside out with gold coming out of it.
We left him at. We didn't.
We let him here for a second, and then it was just I
He
don't know.
went to Mexico. He wanted from Mexico come in here.
Yep.
They said no, they don't allow him, but they allowed him coming in.
What?
And they
He
said
went to the
he's
Laugh
dead.
Factory in Chicago.
He said that he's
Killed.
dead. Yeah, but by the
Killed
way, Laugh Factory in Chicago. Why
Opened
don't
up for Yakov.
Oh, here goes. He's going to ask you to do the
yeah,
laugh.
why
factory.
don't you do Laugh Factory in Chicago?
Because
Because first of all, it's not in Chicago. It's out in the suburbs.
No, it's
and
in
it's
Chicago.
near.
In the Chicago.
It's near. Not the
No.
one I saw.
No,
The
no.
one
Where are
I
you
saw
talking?
was right near a horseshoeing place.
No, his
Out in
his
the stick.
It's
Is
nice.
it?
It's
the
downtown
theater.
Chicago.
Oh, all right.
I mean, why don't you come and see one time? See the club.
Can I ask you something?
Because if you see one Laugh Factory, you have this, right? You have this everywhere
Yeah.
you go. I come here, I see this, I know what it's going to be. I mean, should I go visit the McDonald's in fucking Boise? I know what it's going to be. I know what
Why
the
do you
food's going
have
to
to
be.
compare me with McDonald's on
With this
Rose
major,
Roses of comedy?
this major
On
corporation.
Roses of
You're not
comedy.
supposed to scream at the guests.
I'm not screaming. I'm saying Rose
Rolls Royce,
It's of comedy.
the Rose Rose.
Rose.
You know,
For fuck else.
You know, I mean, you're on Rose of the comedy.
I'll tell you why. Because the guys who built me in that market
Yeah.
was Zanies.
Okay.
They built me up, and then you went on that run up to Mount Vernon. Now I don't need to tell you about this.
Yeah.
And then over to St. Charles.
Mount Vernon.
And-
Was it? What was it called Mount Vernon?
what was it? It was you did downtown on the Friday.
Yeah,
and
Pleasant, Pheasant Run. There's a place called Pheasant
and
Run.
like yeah,
and there
that was in St. Charles.
something Heights or
The Pulaski Buffs. Is that what we- I don't know, but it was a nice little run.
the cliffs,
So-
Cliffs of Dover.
So that's what I did, and then you were the new guy in town.
Yeah.
And then
Vernon Hills.
Vernon Hills. There you go. So then
Okay.
you were the new guy in town,
Okay.
and those guys had built me up, and I had a loyalty to them.
I
So that's
understand.
why. So it had nothing to do with you.
I understand.
Jamie, this isn't personal.
I understand. I understand. Don't
is-
scream
this-
at
this-
Don't
this is-
look
this
at me
isn't-
mean
this
now.
isn't personal.
Don't
It's
look
just
at me
business.
mean now.
No, you
I
know
just
what? My
asked
inner
a
thought was,
question.
what a great-looking specimen of a human being right here. That's all I was thinking.
And the Simmons, what he said?
He said Fitzsimmons. Like it's Greg.
Those are the newest
Greg-
jeans I've ever seen in my life. Those have not gone through one wash.
No, this is new. You
Those
have a
are
good
brand
eye.
new.
You have a good eye, man.
I'm-
Very
I'm
good.
checking
That's
you out.
the only thing.
I've always
You
been
have-
fond of your hips, Jamie.
You do have a beautiful physique.
You
If
do.
You guys, you become a little fruitcake.
He looks like a tennis coach, doesn't
No,
he?
are you serious?
Like he'd sit there on the U.S. Open.
Billy, have you gone both way for fruitcake?
Oh, yeah,
Most
I
of
dabble.
white people. They
I
do
dabble.
both.
Do you know what it is? What I like in a male? I like a club owner with an accent
Enough,
that
Okay,
screams
all right.
into a mic. There's something
what I
about the
go-
way you hold, like what you're holding right now is very phallic. It's very phallic.
He's getting married. You
Hey,
know.
he's bringing it up and down.
Why do you have to pick on me? Just talk about something.
Why don't you talk into the fucking mic?
Intelligent.
How long have you been working at comedy clubs?
Yeah, but he started getting me upset.
It's
I don't know
unreal.
how to
What-
react.
This is
When he
Zach.
brings the mic down here, he just starts talking, and then when he brings it up here, he starts screaming.
Promise me in a year you'll come back. We'll do with.
Listen, if he could just, I like most of the people on the podcast right now. If you know what I'm saying.
Here we go. We don't like Jamie because I'm telling the truth.
that's-
I pick on him. I tell him the.
You know what you're
it
doing,
is,
Jamie? What you're doing,
It is.
he's telling the truth. He's saying the things that we both think, but we're afraid to say.
That you guys, both of you fruitcake.
See, every joke is about gay with him.
He's old school.
Yeah,
He's old school,
he
but
really
what
is.
it is, there's nothing malicious about it.
Yeah,
and the
but-
fact that he looks like an old Greg Louganis, I mean, I think he can get away with it.
What's the regular? Who's the regular canis?
He's a gay
One of the great-
swimmer, diver.
One of the greatest divers of all time,
And he was gay.
and a phenomenally good-looking man.
He can
And
blow.
wait. I
I'll
don't
tell
care
you,
about-
good-looking
was
man.
he gay? Was
Listen,
he-
what a man does outside the realm of the pool has nothing to do with his entry and the
No,
and
thank
the
you
lack
very
of
much.
splash.
That's not nice thing to
Jamie,
say
you
about-
demonstrate a
Yeah.
grace that I haven't seen since the '84 Olympics.
Tokyo, right?
Oh,
I think that was out here in L.A.
Oh, by
You
the way,
probably there.
By the way,
Are you Greg Louganis?
I'm going to open a club in Tokyo.
64,
by the way.
64.
I'm going to open a club in
Oh,
Tokyo.
God, I ain't going.
Yes, they open.
What are you going to call it?
La Factoria. I'm not kidding. But,
Is that part of your act to mock the Eastern world?
I'm not just saying.
That's good.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, shit. That actually sounds more like Spanish.
factoría.
But he put the vowel in there. That was like,
Senor.
like when they do French and Japanese cuisine, Japanese, you just combine the two. I like how he was trying, and he's like,
Now, the other thing
La
you guys
factoría.
do, you both of you do, you have your glass.
come get gonorrhea at the Laugh Factory. Sorry. It's STD night here at the Laugh Factory in Tokyo.
What's SED that?
STD?
It's a
Super tremendous
dilettante.
dilettante, yeah.
What's that?
That just means it's going to be a hell of a show out here in the Orient.
Go tell your wife to be that you have an STD. She'll be very happy.
She would be happy.
Yeah. It's a
That
form
sounds
of
like the
love.
beginning of some rap lyrics. Yo, told my wife to be, got an STD. Sorry.
Can I ask you both one question, please?
Laugh Factory.
Can you put your hand
The
up?
penitentiary.
Because camera can see your eyes. This is going to be a video,
This
too.
is like the World Series of poker here. You
Yeah,
can't let them see your eyes. That's
Why?
why they're finding, that's why they can see your punchlines coming. It's because they can see your eyes. They see the excitement, like, oh, here it comes.
Yeah.
But think about it.
We don't indicate.
Dom has it pulled down low. You can't see that left turn coming.
Plus, my eyes are half closed anyway.
That's true. He's getting ready to go to Japan. I said a joke.
Oh, I didn't get that.
That was funny joke, man.
Dude, I'm telling you. His whole thing in the 80s, how big would he have been in the 80s if he just went up there?
Oh, I did. I was in
Jamie,
a store.
go like
I was in a
this.
comedy store.
I ever tell you Johnny Sanchez said to me one time?
What?
He goes, you know what I like about you? We're doing a podcast. He goes, you're not like an 80s comic. I said, what's an 80s comic? He goes, guys that go like this. Just that look, Like, am I right, folks?
I don't do that, do I?
No, but I think that you could.
I don't. Do I do?
I don't know. I was actually just the way you move and the way you talk. I can see why you're skinny. Like, you're a really amped up guy. I don't mean in a bad way.
He doesn't sleep or eat. All he does is help people.
I eat. I drink wine at night, by the way. I drink wine. If you have some good wine,
Yeah.
send it over.
According to Jamie's doctor, 1 bottle a day. It's really good for your arteries.
Yeah, who's going to send wine over here?
Yeah, they do send. I mean,
What's your address?
I'm telling you, forget about it. Everywhere I go, I swear to God, as soon as I go, we talk about my favorite comic and everything. Everybody asks me about it. It's a young kid today. Can I? You two, you're pro. You got young kid today. I'm going to educate them about stand-up comedy because they don't know about stand-up. They see stand-up comedy two person on the YouTube, they eating each other's feces. That's a stand-up comedy. I'm trying to educate them. You got to see good comic.
What
Kids, they do. They
Would you just let him educate the people, please?
Thank you very much, Bill. You are first time. You're my side.
That's
Thank
right.
You I appreciate it. I'm trying
Continue
to
with our educations.
Yeah, this education, guys. Stand-up comedy is you watch a comedian on the stage tell joke, make.
Stand up so they can hear you.
They can't.
No, do it.
They don't. They can hear me.
He almost did it.
No, but it felt like he was going to get up.
I know.
Yeah, but you
What's up with these kids today?
Yeah, but because today YouTube, they don't know. They watch kids 6, 7, 8, 10 years old. They think stand-up comedy or comedy is a bunch of people beating each other up, doing this. They don't realize how wonderful it is to come to a comedy club to listen to comedy. They don't understand that. And that's the reason I'm changing the name of the comic. Do you know that? The name of the
Makes
new
sense to
comic,
me.
they are the Doctor of the Soul.
Who?
Hey.
He took us
All
to
right.
another place.
Yeah,
And he
Doctor of
dropped
the Soul.
us
From
off.
now, he said, ladies and gentlemen, here come to the stage Mr. Dom Irrera and Bill Burr, ladies and
We're a team
gentlemen,
now.
the Doctor of the Soul. Look at that sound. The sound.
What do you want to call ourselves? Mixed nuts?
No,
Think of a team name for us.
you got to go old school with just our ethnicity.
Natural gas.
It would just be. That doesn't even make sense, but that's funny.
What?
Natural gas. I don't know. That doesn't make sense, but it's one of those things that's funny. It is funny. Please welcome natural gas.
I was laughing.
No, this is a great thing. We're filthy, but we never do a shit joke. So people are like, why do they go natural gas? I thought for sure in the end there was going to be some sort of
flatulent humor.
That's what my name of my group.
You made me laugh when I called you up, or when I texted you to see if you wanted coffee. He says, I want refrigerator water. Throw it in my face.
to the face.
And then I put, how about a load of Jamie's
Jamie jizz.
Yeah.
No, I thought that you were saying, no, you started you went the sex route first. I got it right here. I have the documentation.
For what? For me?
No, you're not going to get in trouble, you shifty son of a bitch. I'm just pulling out this here. You're all nervous. You're all nervous.
Why do you have to call me son of a bitch? Do you know that's a bad word to say in another country?
Yeah, but we have something in this country called alliteration, which makes whatever you said, even if it isn't true, it's funny. You hear that person laughing? Shifty son of a bitch. You could.
That's not nice.
Next time you get pulled over by a cop, just be like, "What's the idea, you shifty son of a bitch?" And he'll cackle. He'll let you hold his gun, and he'll get back on the bike and leave. Guarantee you.
What's up with you, pig?
No, are you a pig or no? That's like a pig. They're going to be arrested.
I know what a pig is.
I'm not going to say pig.
All right.
What do you look? He's looking.
This is what it says. Bill, do you want a coffee? How do you take? Up the giggy? I don't know what that means.
Giggy's like up the ass.
Up the ass. So I said, I like a refrigerated water to the face. And then he goes, how about a load of Jamie jizz? You know what's funny? That our combined age is about 173, and we're acting like fucking a couple of first graders.
Boy, you guys must have fun communicating.
I can't imagine the level of comedy that must exist between comedians.
About a load of Jamie jizz to the head.
Yeah, first of all,
I was trying to improve on it. Like I was thinking, because it kind of sounded like Jamba Juice, and I was thinking Jamie Juice. I'm like, he's not going to get it. I'm literally trying to do like jizz jokes as I'm driving. Look at that, Christ Almighty!
You see?
I had it off.
You see?
I had it off.
Now you're going to answer it. Go ahead and answer it.
I'm not answering. It's letting me know they have a voicemail.
Oh.
And I respect you too much as
Thank
a
you
club
very
owner and a shifty son of a bitch.
Hey, stop calling me son of a bitch. That's not nice. You
redheaded road runner.
Cunt lapper. Call him a cunt lapper. A calabra.
Calabra.
Cunt lapper.
Interloper.
Eloper.
Interloper. Interfere. You know what an interloper is?
No. What's interloper? So how come I've been here 34 years, I don't know what's eloper?
Interloper, you know something? That's a word. There's a lot of words in the English language that I couldn't give you a definition, but I've heard them enough that I know how to use them where it sounds like I know what they mean. Interloper.
How do you use it?
An interloper is like a guy near an antelope, right? And then now the antelope, they're trying to get it on, right? And he gets in the middle of it. He interferes with their. No, it's like when two people are 60 and they get pregnant and they want to go elope. And this guy goes, well, the only way I'm going to marry you is if, you guys got to give me a little handy. One or the other. I'm bisexual.
You know what a handy is, right?
Jamie, come on.
Come on.
Handy, hand job.
Oh, there you go.
What do you got to be rude
Oh,
for?
no idea. What you got?
Wait a minute. Now, what is it? An interloper is somebody who...
I think it's like a person who kind of like would flirt with your wife or kind of...
No, I don't flirt with anybody's wife.
You've been flirting with me since the second you came in here.
No, I do not flirt. I'm not a fruitcake. Don't put that out there. I'm not a fruitcake.
You're not.
Who says fruitcake anymore?
Huh?
Who says fruitcake?
Because I used to say sagged. You said don't say sagged.
Listen, Jamie, if you're gay, it's fine. Nobody cares.
Are you coming
anymore.
out now?
He's coming out. He wants the world to know.
Stop.
Bill Burr does hits from the
I know.
80s.
You know what? You're too old to be in this good a shape. You're too sharp a dresser. You got brand new jeans on because the week's coming up, right? You're gonna get out there and start.
Where are you going?
Huh?
He said.
He's gonna have that thing tied off.
He said to me. Jamie, you gotta come on the show. Billy want to talk to you nicely. You set me up.
I thought
Jamie, one of the best compliments you can get is to say,
wanted to.
Who was that comic who used to do that? Say, I want to get in shape, and the crowd would clap. No, I want to get in gay shape. It's a compliment. When's the last time you saw a gay guy out of shape? I mean, you see him. But eventually,
Jason Stewart is...
Eventually, they get back in shape, right?
Jason Stewart's out of shape.
My theory is like if they're really in shape, their parents accepted them.
Bill, anything you want to plug?
And they understood. They understood that it's not a choice. They were enlightened.
So are you gay?
Huh?
Are you gay? Your parents
Come
accept
on, man.
you?
Look, yeah, and they accept me, and that's why I'm in such great shape.
I'm leaving. I'm not one.
And Jamie, I've had eyes for you. I'll bend over and put that down.
Goodbye. All right, guys.
Jamie, thank you.
What's wrong?
Thank you.
Bye, Jamie.
Oh, hey, guys. You like your hard-boiled legs?
You know what it is, you just got to walk about you, Jamie. I don't know what it is.
Jamie Masada. owner of
It's
the
like
club.
it's like
Give him a
you're
hand,
confident and there's some vulnerability in there. And I just have a weak spot for that.
And you like hard-boiled eggs.
folks. I got 2 words for you. You know what they are? Rosetta Stone.
Okay, goodbye.
Thank you for coming over, Jamie.
Thank you.
Bill Burr, thank you for coming, man.
Hey, that was fun.
It was great. I'm sorry, maybe we'll do it again in a year when you feel like it. I love having you on the show.
I love doing the show.
What do you want to? What's your?
I got
what's
a
your Twitter
lemonade
name?
stand. There's a series of lemonade stands that I'm opening up here in the greater
what's
Los
your
Angeles
Twitter
area.
name?
Oh, I don't check that shit.
Oh, you don't?
No,
What's the name of
it's
your
not
podcast?
There's always like 30 decent, funny. Even if they shit on me, it's funny. Then there's always just that one that just ruins your day, and I don't need that.
Yeah, I got one today that said, I don't even remember saying this, but it said, "Come on, Dom. Michael Richards. We all know what he said was wrong, but you got to stop shitting on him." And then I just saw the image of shitting on Michael Richards, repulsed me. But I mean, I get some serious, but mostly good ones, mostly complimentary. So
I didn't get what you were doing there. Now I get it.
what's that?
I didn't get that, and then I got it. Were you making fun of me for saying that I let shit bug me?
No.
Dom, are you coming at me right now?
I'm coming at you in a very passive-aggressive way by not being aggressive at all.
That's when I know that you're going to be your most aggressive, is when you just sort of sit there like this. You like
I
this,
do have something I need to talk to you about.
that you're going to like lash out at me.
I'm not going to lash out, but I do have something I need to say, and I got to say this from the heart.
Okay.
And I hope that you take it in the way that it's meant. You know what? We'll do it next time. I'll tell you next time.
Okay.
Bill Burr, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, sir.
I love you, man. You're
All right,
great.
And right then I was like, fuck this guy. I'm moving to New York. You're the reason I moved to New York.
Really?
Dude, he sat there. He was such a pompous ass.
Oh,
he was going, he goes,
see?
you're very funny. You're very funny. You do.
You'll come back in 2 years.
He goes, you
No,
do.
I did not
You do
say
a
it.
lot of material on your family. He goes, because I did some shit on my dad. And he goes, how does it make you feel when your father yells? And then he sat back and he had all his fingers touching each other. Like he had the answer to all my stand-up problems, but he was going to present it in the form of a riddle. And I was just like, who the fuck
my God.
is this guy?
Oh,
Who
my
is this
God.
guy? I'm going to New York. And I went to New York.
Oh, you
and
did
I never
not.
thought I'd like you, Jamie, and I love you. I love you to
did-
death now.
I did
That's
not
funny.
do that.
You totally did it. I'll never forget it.
Time
I was
came in, I told
grabbing
you
the
how
back
funny
legs of the chair.
You were
Just going like, this
Stop.
guy is a fucking jackass. I'm moving to New York. This is what L.A. is? I judged this whole town. I
No.
hated this town for 3 years because of that 2 minutes with you.
No. I
I
told
stood
you.
outside this club, got
seriously,
sunburned
I
and
told-
destroyed for 3 fucking minutes. You can't. It's impossible. I can never do it again.
Dom, I said to him how funny he was. I remember he went on the stage, he killed.
You're a dream crusher.
I didn't do
He is.
it. I said you were funny, didn't I?
Huh?
Didn't I
You
say?
said you're very funny.
Yes,
And then,
I don't say
you
you
started
people.
breaking me down.
No, I was saying that the material about your father.
Jamie,
how
if I
much
stood
liked-
there, if I sat there any longer, you would have had me walking the block. You were trying to break me down.
What a torture.
He would have told me to come up here. You only do jokes about being a leprechaun, and then we get you the leprechaun sitcom buddy. You had it down to a formula.
Imagine how many hearts he's broken. As good a guy as he is.
Hey,
Imagine how
when you're in a business where everyone's chasing a dream, it's inevitable. It's not
Yeah.
on him. Okay, and I actually, Mitzi Shore said
I was
something
trying
great.
to jump on when you
Oh,
were
pile on?
Pile on when you were.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what an asshole. How many fucking people have you destroyed?
Thanks, Bill.
I only one guy I have in here. He's been coming here 29 years
To audition,
to audition.
he's so close he can taste it.
He's been coming.
Jesus.
No, I don't know what.
Tenacity. If he could just
29
focus
years.
it on something he was good at.
Baby, I'm due.
Yeah.
And he comes in and he have this laughing machine in his head, and he think everybody laughed and applause, and he just doesn't make sense, and you can't understand what he said. He's American. I mean, all people, they have a hard time understanding me. This guy, you don't understand what word he says. And I said, can you pronunciate the word? At least people, they can hear what's pronounced. People, they can. I'm trying to explain.
No, it's just funny you telling somebody that you can't understand him. I'm trying to understand
why
you telling
can't
me
you
you can't
pronunciate?
understand this guy.
Okay, all right.
Pronunciate? Do you know there was a guy?
Pronunciate.
There was a guy who did the open mic down the street at the other club that I won't mention.
No, comedy show.
I
love
won't
comedy.
mention that story.
No, comedy show. I love Mitzi Shore.
Oh, okay.
Mitzi Shore.
it
She was
doesn't-
the person I started doing stand-up comedy there.
Oh,
You
you
should
did.
hear
Yeah,
his
before-
fucking first bits.
No. I mean, I love her. She's one of the club owners.
Did you used to steal from Yakov Shmirinov?
No,
What a
Yakov.
country.
Did you go?
I
Well,
didn't
what if you
know.
went to go buy like something
Because
that
I
cost a
didn't-
whole bunch of money and you were
I
going to
was-
pay cash? Or you going to be 5, 10, 15? Did they have $100 bills in your country? They do, don't they?
No, I'd never had that much.
They had shekels, right?
Yeah, shekels.
I'm not buying a word of this. What's up with you?
You know,
I just don't buy a word of that. How do you not know? I've never been to Vietnam. I bet they have $100 whatever their denomination is.
You're dumb and innocent at that point, and that's how he helped me.
Were you underage then?
Yeah,
How old were you?
16.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Then. All right.
Stupid.
I remember when I was 16, I was dumb and innocent.
Yeah, right.
That led to a lot of weird situations.
You still
We're
dumb
still an
and
altar
innocent.
boy at 16.
I was an altar boy.
I was too.
I was, yeah. No, nothing happened.
Principia Dominus Sacrificium de manibus tuis. Do you remember that? Did you have to speak in Latin?
No, I didn't. But the guy would do the homily, and then he'd start pontificating, and then he'd start asking us questions, and we had no idea what he was saying. And then everyone would laugh at us because we didn't know what he was talking about.
The altar boys?
Yeah. No, not the crowd.
Oh, the crowd.
The crowd would be laughing at the altar boys.
Yeah, I have a friend who's pretty funny, and he's a priest, but he dies at the pulpit. You can't make them laugh because they just don't want to.
Oh, is
It's
that
like
what it is?
it's like the Woody Allen thing of just dying precisely.
You know, I did a college gig one time, and the place where they had me performing was an old church, and they took out the part where the guy stands there with his arms out like he knows God or something, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I was standing up there, and I did something about Jesus, and it was like Nebraska or something. Like 3 kids just got up and like fast walked out of there. Remember like those college gigs? You're like, all right, I'm going to get a complaint
Right.
from my agency. And that's the end of that mediocre story.
They didn't complain?
No, they did. They did. When I started doing it, I used to go, I was with Bass Schuler, and I used to call Scott up and just to let you know, come Monday morning, you're going to get a complaint. There was a lot of brows furrowed.
Can I ask you a question? Both of you being altar boy, did that sexual stuff, anything happen to you guys? This is serious for me to find out.
It was all consensual with me. What about you?
I considered it partying.
Yeah.
Partying with a... No, it never happened to me.
Yeah, nothing happened to me
No,
either.
but did you
I
know?
wasn't hot enough.
Did you know anybody happen? Any
Yeah.
of another guys happen to?
Yeah, we had a priest at camp that used to molest the kids when they went to sleep. But me, being the man that I was afraid of the dark. So I would sleep with a flashlight under my covers. So I don't think he ever touched me. That you don't want to
you
go
had your
over
genitalia well lit.
just in case.
You had like 2 flashlights crossing right over your junk, like a movie premiere. Oh man, they should just kill child molesters. Once they know, without a doubt, you did it, they should just take you
Yeah,
out,
they
just
should
shoot you
kill
in the
them.
head. That's it. You just fucked that person's life
For life.
forever. And
I
who they're
agree.
going to marry, how they're going to treat their kids. I've talked about this before. I mean, they should just kill them.
They should just kill him.
Kill them.
No capital punishment. It takes too long. Just kill him.
Yeah.
Have their uncles come in and beat the fuck out of them.
Foreman, have you reached a verdict? Yes, we have, Your Honor. They find the defendant guilty, and then that's it. And you just grab him by the scruff of his neck. You take him out, right? Bang,
What about
bang.
due process.
Done. You had due process.
Yeah, no, there was a guy on. Remember the guy who ran in the office? He took the bailiff's gun, and
Oh, yeah.
and he shot the judge, the bailiff, and a witness.
Oh, that was
And
in
they
Georgia,
called-
yeah.
In Georgia, yeah.
Yeah.
And they called him the alleged killer. How much more of a fucking killer do you have to be? Alleged? They just killed somebody on national television. Gee, I wonder who did it.
That's a healthy sign of a democracy, though. But now they can just arrest you because they think you're a terrorist, and they can throw you away forever without a trial. That's always good.
Yeah, that trial must be funny in Guantanamo.
Yeah.
Imagine those fucking guys if they had been tortured. Like, not that they weren't of ill temper anyway before they went in. Can you imagine how?
There's no way I could survive. I would kill myself in my cell. I would figure out how to do it. Just hold my breath. I'd override that thing that makes you breathe.
I don't think you can just hold your breath.
You can't. But I mean, I would be so scared that I would be able to. I would get right to the point where I couldn't breathe anymore, and right as I went to gasp for air, I would just slam my head into the side of the cell.
I always think about guys who.
Then they bring you around.
Wake up so you can make you hurt more.
It's just fucking horrific.
How horrible is it, like the guys who try and commit suicide and just wake up paralyzed?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember
What's
hearing
that?
a story. That's probably an urban myth, but the guy went to put the gun right under his, right up. What part? It was under your jaw here to shoot right up through your head. But he leaned back like this, so he just blew out his nose and his mouth.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What happened? He lived?
Yeah, he did.
You remember?
He did. And then they probably gave him counseling, and he's probably like, "Look, if I try to kill myself with a whole face, the fuck makes you gonna stick around now?" I'm definitely doing it now. That was a visual, and I still think that was funny on the podcast.
Do you remember that
We're
comedian?
on camera, you know.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I would have sat up.
Yes, set up.
Let me do this. Yeah, I'm sitting here like Nixon during those debates.
Good reference.
Thank you.
Way to keep it.
I'm trying to go further back than Andy Kindler.
That Nero, what an emperor Nero was, huh?
Let me
With
tell you
that
something.
fiddle.
Adelaide Stevenson.
Now there's a guy.
There's a
What
guy right
Republican.
there. Jesus Christ! What can he touch his eyebrows more?
Hey, he
Come
would
on,
have been
people.
president if he hadn't cheated on his wife. He was divorced.
Oh, that was.
That's what they said about him. Yeah, that he would have been president.
If he wasn't divorced.
Yeah. I
That's
think he had an
hilarious.
affair and got divorced, but I digress.
That shows how much.
Let's get back to Bill Burr and his career.
Who's now sitting here with his legs crossed? This is the inside the actor's studio pose for those in the
What
camera.
makes you tick, Bill Burr?
What makes you tick? What is it? Have you always been funny, Dom?
No, I decided to be funny when my dream of being an accountant came crashing down. I thought, what else am I going to do with my life? Maybe I'll try something easy, being funny. Do you know that there are less
It is an
comedians-
easy job. Once you figure out how to do it, once you get the formula
It's very
down.
easy. Yeah, it's just, I mean, to me, once I get my shoes back on after the TS,
What a nation!
you know what really fucked up his career? You know what fucked up Yako's career is perestroika, and then the Russians were basically the same as the U.S. in
That's
economy.
right.
So then he had nothing to.
What a country.
What a country, boy! It's just like Russia now.
Yeah.
There was no.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean?
He couldn't talk about how, but it's not like it just became a free society. It became
But
really
basically,
corrupt.
even though it was corrupt, it was basically some form of capitalism. So it ruined his whole act.
In America, you can't buy plutonium.
Yeah.
In America, they're still sitting by the missiles. What a country! You could switch it up, but people would have to read more to get it. Dude,
Oh God.
nothing. All right, let's go ahead. 'cause
No,
this is
but
gonna shit on-
actually, for your information, the time the strike went on in a comedy store, after the Steve Lapkin fell down from a Hyatt house, he died. I came.
What
in
year
here-
was that? 78?
79.
'Cause I hadn't started-
opened the club because of paying the comedian. Because everybody wasn't. They were on the strike. That was the reason I opened the club, because I went to Neil Israel. I borrowed money from Neil Israel. I said I want to pay the comedian. He said, "How do
Neil
you-"
Israel.
Yeah. He's a producer.
Irish?
Is that
director. He's a
is that a real
producer.
name?
No, he's a producer and
And then I
director.
went to Kenny, Kentucky, and he says, "Listen, you're paying 2 points to Neil Israel." Is this a real story?
Yeah, the guy, he produced a lot of movies, Bachelor Party, you a lot of Police Academy, all of those.
I saw all those movies.
Yes, he produced all of. I went and borrowed money, 10,000. He said, "How you going?" I said, "I'm going to take half of the door, give it to comedians, and that's because of people. One people died. That's the reason."
Bullshit. Excuse me.
Yeah. I'm going to start a business and give away the money.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm
No,
sick of these.
split it with
I'm sick of
whoever
these.
comes up.
I'm sick of these depressed dishwashers. I'm going to start a restaurant where the dishwashers get 40% of every grilled cheese sandwich that's sold.
I'm telling you the history in here. And Richard and Paul Mooney came in here and tried to pay Richard, you know the story, $3.75, and he gave me a $100 bill. I still have it. He wrote, "You need this for your rent boy, Richard Pryor, 1979.
Called you boy?
Yeah, boy. Call me boy. Yeah.
A black man called you boy?
Oh, don't
You say
do that,
Jew boy?
Please. Oh,
What?
and here he started. No, don't get on my case now. Okay, you guys go ahead, talk, man.
You go ahead. What do you want to talk about, Bill?
I want to talk about this story where Richard Pryor called you boy.
Who the fuck does he
Yeah,
think
that's
he
really
is?
like sort of racist.
No, it wasn't racist. He just
Wait, did he say Jew boy or he just said boy?
I heard Jew boy in there.
Yeah.
No.
No, you didn't say it, but you saw it in his eyes that
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
said. It was
Anti-
definitely said.
And I didn't.
Anti-Semitic.
There's a pain.
At that point, I did not know in America they make $100 bill, and I went to him. I said, "Richard, you think you know I'm a foreigner? I don't know. I know in America they make $1, $5, $10, $20. They don't make $100." And he got so upset. "You motherfucker, this. Get away from me." And then Paulie came to me. He said, "No, this guy." Then I came next door. I found out that $100 was real. Then I went to him, apologize. He said, "We got to look at it for this."
Why
boy."
would you think they wouldn't make a $100 bill?
'Cause I didn't
Like
know.
what?
And you have one of the greatest guests today.
One of my favorites, one of the best comedians.
Yeah. And this guy, actually, he, Richard Pryor was first comedian in this club. This guy, he's
He's going to be the last.
No, he idol Richard Pryor, I think. Am I right? Isn't your idol Richard Pryor? Everybody?
All right, let's bring
Oh
him
no,
up.
you don't idol Richard Pryor? Come on.
Bill Burr, my man. Hello, Bill.
Dom, how are you?
Good to see
Yeah,
you,
that's
my
like
friend.
asking a guitar player if he likes Hendrix. I mean, he's the man.
All right.
He's the man.
All right.
See how I do that? You just ask me a question, all of a sudden I make it uncomfortable.
You
That's
didn't
what I
make
do.
me uncomfortable.
Nobody
I felt
brings-
good. I felt good.
That's what I think.
I
Make
felt-
sure
what do
you
you mean
speak into
felt-
the mic. Make sure you speak into the mic. There you go.
Why do you have to always pick on me? Anytime
Because
I see,
it's my
you don't
it's
like-
my
like
way
you-
of showing affection. I
No,
like you.
Because
Jesus
you and
Christ.
Dom, two of you.
How did
You'd
you
think
get
if
in
this guy had been around fucking comedians
I
this
know.
long, he would realize what's going on here.
No.
This is my way of hugging you.
All right.
See, he's got a lot of love.
All right.
Bill, how did you get in this club? Were you already?
This is what I did. I was in 1995. Friends had just come on the air. It's a very exciting time. And
big time for all of us.
Yes. I was in Boston and I was deciding, do I go down to New York or do I come out to L.A.? So I came out to L.A. to check out the scene, and they had like an open mic here. And I stood outside.
Did you really?
I stood outside at
Wow.
a quarter to 9 in the morning. Got for a sign up at 6 p.m. and I was like third in line. Typical Irish Catholic guy, like, this is the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
It's the most difficult way possible. So I stood in the line, got sunburned, and then you'd come up and you had to do 3 minutes. And I don't know how sunburned. I couldn't do it now. I came up and somehow in 3 minutes I killed.
Really?
Because I think
Yeah.
I had,
You remember?
I had so
remember.
little material.
I remember.
that was like, oh, I'll do that chunk and this chunk and then that chunk and then I'll do my 3 minutes. Where now, that's like saying hello. So I
You remember your
destroyed-
first material?
Yeah, some of it I remember. I remember I worked totally clean, and then in the end, was the only time I cursed, and it was actually gross. Because I was working in a dental office, and I was totally clean. I looked like, Ron Howard. So everyone's just like, dude, you're going to be on The Tonight Show. And I was talking about people, their bad hygiene in the dental office. And they would come in, they go, I don't know why I keep getting cavities. I brush my teeth almost every day. And then my final punchline was like, really? Do you wipe your ass almost every time you take a shit?
This was the clean version?
No, this was the end of my act. So everyone just sitting there, oh, he's so wholesome, because I worked clean, not because I didn't curse off stage. I worked clean because I was so afraid of getting heckled. I wanted people. I was just wanted people to like me. You know, in the beginning.
Sure.
So that's what I did. And then I would. They were all like, "Oh, he's so wholesome. They're loving me. I look like they're paper boy." And then I would end with that, and they would always get this weird reaction.
What happened?
Yeah, and then I would go off. I'd get off stage. So I went on here and I did 3 minutes and I killed. And I'm like, this is it. This guy's going to want to manage me. And I went up there and he started picking apart my act. Jamie did, and I was literally holding onto the back legs of the chair.